only allow 20 plus, please. Go away, dude. Don't come back. Hey, don't talk to the 18-year-old that way. That's rude. Even though I know you're talking to me. Go away. Feel like I maybe have been live streaming too long.
I think your phone is overheating.
Maybe I should go to bed soon. I think
your phone is overheating. You're very laggy. You're like 2 pixels.
I mean, the comments aren't saying that.
Is this AI? Yes.
Okay. I bet it's my computer screwing it up, so I'm going to turn that off. Wi-Fi. Let's see if that fixed or destroyed it.
Yeah.
How is it now?
People are saying it's very laggy. What you can do, you can battle people.
It should be better now.
You can battle people on TikTok, but it's just going to be one-on-one, and it's with gifts. Like, people can send you gifts. But I don't want to do that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, touching my phone while it's being held is weird. By not me. This person says, I can't join the Marines, fight in another country, but I can go live with Onision. What? Oh, because you're mentioning the other person? What happened to live on the other account? Well, I mentioned, in the other account, I mentioned how I was doing, and
yeah, you can't say certain words like that. So it's just instantly. You can't say.
I mentioned being unhappy.
You can't say the blue. I think it's blue and white app. I don't know. The app that's blue and white. You can't say that. You use it. Is this real or screen recording?
Ooh, maybe it just kicked me immediately. That's why. Sorry. No, I was kicked. Is this real or a screen recording? It's fake. I'm a screen recording. Yeah, I'm generated by those who wish me unwell to frame me. Yep. That's actually really crappy. Someone said, "Why do you wear shades and a beanie to court? Why do you think?" I didn't want attention from anyone. That's why. It's funny how questions can be so obvious like that. Why did I wear a bulletproof vest, you know? Probably because I felt threatened. Normal human things. It's AI. Would AI be like, it's AI, and then say, would A be like, and then would AI say, would A be like? Because I feel like it wouldn't be that deep. Ha ha ha, he did want attention. That's a good one. I don't even know. Let's be specific. That way we can actually know what we're talking about. Doing now past all of that. I'm not, hey, that's cool. That's a thing. But I'm not past that. I still am dealing with that. Maybe AI has advanced some more. It has.
OMG, are you rating bodies?
I kind of like that.
You don't?
I don't see that one. No. I do remember this one guy that I collaborated with asking me to rate him in person. He's like in his mid-20s. I gave him like an 8. I kind of forgot you and Phil Lister did a video together, not gonna lie. Yeah, we did. And it was kind of surprising and cringy. Like the unedited part it's a bit cringy. But that's the less cringy part that you saw. And it's pretty good. Hello. Sent a heart. Thank you. Greg really said, I simply pretend I do not see it. See, I don't understand what you're talking about. Maybe it's just too early. I should go to bed. Maybe I'm a little bit absent-minded.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's real and there's no one here.
This is really awkward.
You know how to make it less awkward is to definitely say exactly that. Oh, I used to watch you a lot before. What happened to you? Well, it all began in 2019.
No way, this is real, chat. You're real to me. Aww.
If it's not real, at least you get to have a little experience because only 29 people are here. So you're one of the few experiencing it. But here's how you know I'm not AI. Look at my fingers. AI can't do this because AI is pathetic when it comes to hands. Someone said it all began with Shiloh, but
who is Shiloh? Did she have the blue hair?
No, Shiloh was a Canadian pop star who later she blamed her under 1 year relationship with me for destroying her entire career. She did the thing where she faked multiple seizures.
Oh.
And yeah, she faked multiple seizures, and this is part of why it kind of probably should have seemed fake to me, but I was too stupid to detect it. She had fake memory loss where she reverted back 3 years and pretended to be 3 years younger for a set period of time, and also kept saying she wanted to make a rainbow or build a rainbow or something like that. There was this one incident where I think I had just broken up with her. We had an argument or something like that. And so she decided to have this episode on the ground. And I said, well, then I'm going to call the fire department or the ambulance or whatever, the people. And I said, if you don't snap out of it, I'm going to call them. Because at this point I had caught on to this is probably fake. And so I said it over and over again and she wouldn't snap out of it. So I'm like, all right, I'm calling. I called, started dialing 911 or whatever. And she pops right up. I'm better now. Magic. I was just like, she didn't say that, but she popped right up. And I was like, oh, okay. It's official. This person's alone. But there was this other time when I had broken up with her and she grabbed her suitcase and she walked off. And then she said that she had used a rope to dangle herself. I'm using synonyms kind of. But she said she tried to dangle herself from a tree by the neck and that the branch broke, according to her. And there was this other time when she was walking down the street. Yeah, she had a leaf on her shoulder. So I don't know. But there's this other time she walked down the road the opposite direction, I assume, because there's a park nearby. I assume she went to the first time. And the second time, I think she just walked down the road. A couple miles, I think. It was quite a distance. But then the fire department brought her back. I'm sure this is documented. And they said they found her shaking or convulsing on the side of the road with her suitcase. She also had her suitcase then, as I recall. So there's a lot of episodes that she did, and she'd normally do it because, I would break up with her repeatedly. Apparently she broke up with me at some point as well. So
did Kevin?
Someone said not Kevin.
Wait. He was eating the apple.
I don't know. Someone said, why did you keep asking Sarah to come back after making her leave? Don't know what you're talking about. Asking. Then I don't think I said I asked her. Most of the time I barely talked to her. I was working all the time. So, as you know, I uploaded videos a lot, and that doesn't leave me a lot of time to talk to people. IRL. I miss Onision emo hair. What, you mean like that? Like that? I could be on the Howell crew. Me and my boyfriend were just talking about Onision coming back. How is that? I don't think I'm back because I don't think I ever can be. I need like the algorithms, and the algorithms are not on my side. So I can't come back if the robots don't help me, and the robots will not help me. So are you excited for the new Wendy's Krusty Krab meal?
That's cool though. Also, just put on the banana suit. Just put on the banana
Well, I
suit,
only
redo the
fit.
video. At least 1,000 likes.
No, I don't have the banana suit. Like I had 3, and then I slowly but surely
You should
let
have
them go,
sold
and I was
them.
stupid for letting them go, and I can't find a replacement.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, I don't think I sold them. I think I just gave. I know I gave one of them to a charity. It was I think it was Hank Green or something that asked me to do it, and I did. You can AI the banana suit. Yeah, it'll look like crap though. I don't think you'll ever be as popular as you used to be, but you can make a comeback. Yeah.
Don't be
but-
like Jason Nash
I don't
and
know,
beg
man.
for money on live. You know?
Well,
Just,
I don't
just
know how to
don't
do that.
beg for gifts.
I-
He's there like 24/7 begging for gifts. Begging?
I bet he makes money,
Please, please.
right? He probably.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he probably makes money. He's probably making it like what?
Yeah,
Tons
I
of money every
guess.
day, and
He has like, I don't know, I think he has like 3 kids. It's because David Dobrik, I think he just dropped him, so that's what he's doing.
I mean, if people don't want to keep their money, Jason Nash can have it.
Or me, guys,
I don't know.
or me.
I know I did that to Eugenia Cooney. I gave Eugenia Cooney money
Why?
during her live stream, and she was so grateful. And then she went on a documentary.
Why?
I gave her like $300, and then later on she's like, "Yeah, he's a dick."
$300 for what? Oh,
For
I need to
recovering.
recover. You should give me $300.
Right after Eugenia went on that Shane Dawson thing, I joined her live stream. I said how proud of her I was, and that she recovered. And I said, "Here's a reward." And here's $300. I was like, it was like 20 or 200,000 or however many thousand TikTok, not
subs.
TikTok, but Twitch.
I think she's fallen back
things.
to not a good space. Last time I checked.
Yeah, last time I checked, she had learned nothing, which is kind of the nature of the disease.
Yeah, and now she's doing much worse. That's sad.
Yep.
How
She'll
old
probably
is
live till
she?
she's like 50 at least, though. Probably 30,
My smile.
I guess,
My smile
or
dropped.
something. Why are people still watching this cancer? So are you.
Hey
Oh, wow, we
guys,
have
hey
186
chat, hey
viewers
chat.
now? That's random. Why do you still... I missed it, sorry. You're pushing 40 and still talking about Eugenia. Yep. You're a winner.
Chat
And I'm
is
a loser.
real.
And I better go eat
Worms.
some worms. Is that how it
Rocks,
goes?
kick rocks.
Nobody likes me. Everybody
Can
hates
you
me.
block me,
I
please?
guess I'll go eat worms. That's what it is. It's always funny because it's like, dude, you block me. You can block me. And then that's fixed. Oh.
Guys,
They joined and then left.
join. Let's yap. Let's talk. Do you know any Gen Z slang, or are you just giving up?
Oh yeah, I have a family member that's
Real?
Gen Z. She
That's
said,
not.
Yo,
do you
that's
know
gas.
like Giat or Skibbity or Sigma?
Sigma's the grossest.
I think that would be you.
'Cause
I think you would be the
it
Sigma.
sounds like something else.
Wait,
Sigma Alpha
you're
Chi.
Kai? Oh, me.
No,
My
I'm
bad.
No, I was making a reference to whatchamacallit.
Do you know what like a Giat is? Like Gyat?
No. Is that what Sarah did? I think she said, yeah.
That's
At some
not,
point.
not what I'm talking about. Girl, hey
He's like,
guys.
yeah.
Put this energy into LinkedIn. That's so real.
That was funny.
LinkedIn is like where you
What
find a
does that
freaking job.
Why get a job? Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't register that. I'm trying to accept
Collecting. Hey,
folks,
hey, what's
but
up?
Hey,
It's all of his exes.
I
You're
did
not
not
funny.
expect that to happen.
who's exes?
I'm reading. Yes, I love
Are
reading.
you reacting to
comments.
comments? Is that what you're saying, exit?
I'm a banana. That is so old.
Yes, 2009.
2009. I was 6.
Yeah. What?
No, I don't
You
think
didn't
so.
see 9/11,
I mean,
did you?
I think in 2008 I asked for like a toy during like the worst, you know. His type. Oh my god. Y'all are crazy. Isn't it like 7 a.m.? Oh my god.
4:52 a.m. here.
So I heard
Yeah,
that you were
I'm a
living
wild
and
guy.
making videos out of a
just do
shed.
wild.
Is that true?
Ooh, is it? Wait, what? Oh my god, I heard you got Botox. Is that true?
It doesn't look like he's gotten Botox. Okay, I saw
Both of
a
those
video of a
things
girl
are
who made like
untrue.
compilations of like you in and out of a shed on a beach.
Wait, someone just said, do you have a BBL?
On a beach. I don't have a big black llama.
Dexter's twin.
Don't be mean to Michael C. Hall like that.
A BBL?
Hey. He's actually, I don't think he's, I think he's in my
Yeah, you
general
both white
vicinity
men.
as far as looks go. I don't think that.
It's probably
Right,
the
and we
hair.
don't have that different of facial features. If someone said I look more like Michael C. Hall than
Well, I
Shane
think
Dawson,
Shane
I would say
Dawson's
that
more
was
accurate.
probably accurate. I don't know why people do the Shane Dawson thing.
He has twins. Congrats, Shane.
Why?
Well, Shane is heavier now, but when he was a bit thinner,
I think
It's
that's
probably
the
just,
only
like,
reason
the
I ever
general face
collaborated with
shape.
him. No, it's not
This
a
is
fake
AI.
live stream, goofballs. I'm so trying. You got me.
Bro, I'll make this life so much better.
Hold on. I don't want to know. We were at
It
10
was
viewers
me,
a minute
guys.
ago,
Yeah, how
so
is
I don't
nobody
think we
else
have to try hard.
requesting?
What else? Oh, that's what it is.
What are the girls doing in the life besides simping?
Simping? I don't think you guys are simping. One of you just called me ugly.
I mean, you're not cute, but like,
Yeah, the acne scars don't help.
but
Wow.
it would be weird if you were to say otherwise.
As you can hear from these savage ladies, I am not being simped on. I'm being abused.
I'm actually
It's what's
surprised that I
happening.
got accepted to join this.
Okay. Well, you got accepted because you had your age in the
True.
profile.
Yeah, that
which
is something you
established that you're
struggle
an
with,
adult.
is talking to adults
this
online.
guy stinks. Oh my god.
It's really not something I struggle with.
I don't know. I've just
what's
seen
your basis
everybody's
for
seen the
that?
videos of you rating
For the
minors.
rose. Thank you for the rose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see
and did
the
you see
forum
that
rules?
you could still confirm people's ages without, I mean, obviously everybody breaks rules. And especially if they're young fans of yours, you have fans that are young.
Well, okay, so But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like you
So
have your age
if
in
you
the
can go to my bio and
right?
confirm my age because
So
it's in my bio, why can't you go to those girls and
you?
confirm their age by asking for their ID? Who above the 18, above the age of 18 doesn't have an ID?
But you didn't show.
No, but it's in my
slow down.
profile,
You didn't
and
show me
obviously
your
you can
ID.
assume.
Yeah, but you just said it, and you said that people could lie. So what's to stop me from kicking
I
you
never
right
said
now?
I
Because
lied. I'm just saying,
apparently
like,
you lied.
you went as far as to go to my profile to confirm, right? So why didn't you go as far as to ask them for their IDs? And if they don't say yes, then just say no
Because that's the rule.
and move on to the next person.
Well, actually, you can literally see, there's literally videos of me doing
Okay.
exactly
So what
you're
about the other
saying.
videos of you rating minors?
Yeah, if anyone watching this wants to go to onision.com/framed, you can actually see me going through confirming people's
Okay.
ages on multiple videos.
So
Not
all
all
the
your
girls,
videos.
Yeah.
Not all your
all the
videos.
girls were over 18
Huh?
in the Rate My Bodies.
Well, a lot of the videos are like, you know, like not relevant to anything that would need that.
You're rating their bodies.
Like, no, I don't think you understand the forums at all. Because the forums were not a body rating forum. It was
Sure,
a
but
forum
I'm
about
particularly
what
talking
video
about
should I make
the rating
next.
videos that you used to do.
And you had the problem was is that you had like literally thousands of people coming and starting topics on numerous topics like
Okay.
Death Note, fan fiction, and stuff like that. And so I would just go to whatever was
Okay,
most popular. And
so
make a
how about
video
we get back
that.
on topic and talk about the series that I'm particularly talking about, which is where you would rate people's bodies
The-
and not the forums? Because I never went on your websites because I didn't care that much.
No, that was the forums. The rating videos were the forums, where the forum specifically said you have to be an adult
Because
and
it's going
has
on
to be
YouTube.
appropriate.
And that's where I watched it,
That was-
and then that's where...
That's the that's the rules of the forum. Okay, so you're arguing with somebody who already released the videos proving the rules of the forum, and you're trying to tell me what
I haven't
actually
seen the
happened
forums
when
because
you
I
haven't seen it.
I don't go on the forums. I just watched what I watched when I was a minor on YouTube.
Me too.
Watch a bunch of your old
you
videos,
watched a bunch
yeah,
of
where you did those things.
Yeah, where I repeatedly promoted the forums, which had rules that specifically said all content has to be appropriate, and you have
So
to be
why
an adult.
didn't you confirm all those things? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people on TikTok.
Okay, again,
Okay, how
already
would you
covered
confirm
this.
those things then?
I already okay. So again, like when it comes to if somebody says you can only post to this forum if
Right.
you're an adult, and you also say the content on this forum has to be appropriate for all audiences, the it's not like it's like an actual adult content website where you would need to check out. Like for instance, you can type in, for instance, Google right now. You can go type in some inappropriate word and
Right.
turn the safe search
Sure.
off, and anyone can see it. No ID check, nothing. That's Google. Okay, to my site, there is no adult content. There's just content that's appropriate for all audiences, and it has rules that say if you're going to submit content, you have to be it has to be appropriate, and it has to you have to be adult. So like when people say, well, why didn't you check their birth certificate or something? It's like it
Weren't
wasn't
they in like
inappropriate
panties
content.
and bras?
So
If I can say that. Like, weren't they kind of naked?
yeah, I don't know on
in
TikTok.
the YouTube videos.
Oh, there's the hat.
Are they still up, or did you take them down?
That that would literally have to depend on each individual's personal choices. If I felt that something was like if someone was lying about their age or something, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, just like
would
people
be
are
banned.
not lying about their age on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram or anything else like that.
Well, I mean, ultimately, what you're saying is that no matter what you do, people
Yeah,
are going
but
to
it's
lie,
kind of hard to.
and so you
to- I
shouldn't
mean, I
trust
guess
them.
on the internet it's not, but like it's probably not as easy to fake an ID.
Again, it's like, dude, if it was inappropriate content, I would be like, obviously,
so
don't even
I don't know
submit.
what your
the content.
children's genders are. I'm only going to bring up that you have a child. So when they're like 13, 14, do you think it's chill that a 20-something-year-old can rate their bodies because they chose to be on a website where they chose to lie? And if you saw that online,
What were when you say rate
what
them?
you
What do you
used
mean
to say
saying
about
what?
people's bodies, whether it be appropriate or not, you used to say, well, she's skinny, well, she has acne, well, she has this, well, she's not
You
this.
realize
You used to do that, right?
I already had this whole conversation
really
with
watch
Blair
Blair
White. You should
White.
watch that video. It was funny, I guess. it was a pretty wild thing, but no, I
Yeah.
feel like this is
Here, we can
going
switch
over the same
topics
thing
or
I've gone through
whatever.
1,000 times. It's just the. I guess you're being
I'm being
gaslit, or
gaslit?
I don't know. Someone's gaslighting. Someone's saying someone's gaslighting. I'm assuming they're talking about you.
This is actually crazy. I actually used to be I used to be a fan, like when I was younger, before I like came to my senses and grew up. So this is actually crazy.
It's weird how much hate.
I
It's weird
mean,
how much hate you guys
birds of a
have.
feather.
Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about because I don't like any of.
You
How does that reference what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you saying that
you're
you and I
not a
share
loving
hate?
person. I don't see you online spreading love.
Well, actually, if
No,
you
I said I used to be.
you don't sound like a
I
real
don't.
fan
I don't
because
follow
my
you.
old
Now I
videos
just
had
saw that you
tons
were
of
live.
love.
I clicked to join. And I hit request, and
What are
then
you
you let
talking?
me in.
Well, you keep saying things that aren't true, and so it's like weird. Because like in the main channel Onision, I had tons of love and kindness for my audience and for stuff in general. And I was like, there's like if you watch the Draw My Life, I said that literally my fans were my reason for living, and that I appreciated them so much, and yada yada yada. Like you come in here with this like I just watched a drama video
No, I
mentality, and it's
mean
really
I'm 25
off-putting.
now, and I've been no whatever. I'm 20 whatever, and I was a fan of you, like I said, when I was a teenager, and I'm just thinking of things that I remember you doing, and then obviously I've seen a ton of videos in like recent years of people exposing and talking and whatever.
Exposing.
Okay.
You mean warping? Yeah, I could make a hate video about an orange and tell you all the bad things I could dig up about oranges, and then you would think that oranges
Are
were
you
the
saying
end of
I'm
the world
gullible?
by the end of the video. I'm saying it's easy to fall into like when I was watching some of this stuff, like I've watched a number of pieces of content, thank you. But I started to think, oh my God, this guy, he looks really bad. And then I was like, wait. Okay, this is them using scary music and saying scary words. Like I went through the same thing when I was talking to Sarah on the phone. And she uses this really intense and jaded way of looking at things because she's rejected, because she's no longer in my life. It's weird how people look at things in a very specific way based on whether or not a person has accepted them or not. And it's like that's what's consistently weird to me is that like Shiloh is a great example. She was praising me and hailing me and saying that she deserved all the criticism she got, and
Your
one day,
relationship
and then
with
the next day would be a
Shiloh,
totally
you
different
ruined her
thing.
career.
I've had multiple people write me. I've had multiple people write me like love letters, and then I
Whoa.
reject them right after. Yeah, well, I do this so I mean, like now, okay, I'm like, great, now I have the evidence because I know how people are. People like to say, "Oh, you rejected me, therefore you're a bad person," and so you just keep the receipts. I don't know why this is why I won't let people in my life because I know they're just going to do that
When
again.
you publicly let
The
people in your
moment I
life,
reject them, they're just going
they
to do it all over.
come out worse than when they went in. Like Billy, Shiloh, the people that
I
you brought
reject
into your
you?
home and abused and then let loose.
How are they abused?
I mean, I can't think of anything right now. You got me there. But I'm sure a lot of people in
Yeah, exactly.
the
How are
chat
they
can
abused?
say like stuff about Shiloh and stuff about Billy because like I said, I haven't been consistent on keeping up with you because I don't care. And everything every time we hear about you, which is bad news.
Isn't it interesting that people who are rejected like to say that they're abused, but there's nobody who dumped me? Isn't that weird?
I suppose. I don't know.
It's like, oh yeah, I was fine with him
Some
until
people
he
in the chat are
rejected me.
saying they
Now
have
he's a monster.
examples like Bug.
Not.
I don't know. Well, I
They
don't
know-
if you're
they
gonna
know
laugh
the
at it, at least
facts,
hear them out
is
and
what
see
they said.
if they do, and if they don't, then you can debunk it.
I have high anxiety about. I mean, we got 48
can
people
definitely
waiting,
just-
so I'll look through some. I was gonna say I have high anxiety about someone just jumping in and screaming obscenities because that's just not something anyone wants to deal with.
Would that even be your fault if someone did that?
Okay, that person.
Would that
looks like
even
a
be your
literal
fault if
doll.
someone did that? Like, could you get
What's up?
banned for that?
I'm just talking about for anxiety reasons, like you don't want
Okay,
to.
I have a good tip.
feel
Check
the-
their profile. If they have videos of their face, then they're probably not going to say the N word.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
What's with who's Diddy? Who is Diddy?
It's just a lot of people don't have.
Who's
their
Diddy?
bio. They're calling me Diddy. They're saying I'm the
Ain't no
white
that
Diddy,
close.
supposedly. All right, we're adding a 24-year-old.
Who doesn't know who Diddy is?
Sorry, I'm shaking.
Did he
Freezing my ass
mention?
off for some reason. God damn it. All right, I'm adding someone named Dawn.
True.
I need to put like more clothes on.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm so
Jason
confused. I
Nash.
don't know who this is, but I hear people yelling at him, and I just want to know what's going on.
Oh my God, you have
He-
so much to catch up on. We can't.
I really
cannot
don't know what to
explain
say to
anything.
you, girl.
Because
It's not really that
Because all
complicated. It's
I
really not that
heard
complicated.
That's a nice sweater.
I'll summarize
all
it very
I
quickly.
heard was all I heard was
It's a girl's sweater.
about minors or something. And the whole ID thing, I was raised not to let anyone see any personal information. So I don't believe people would just be like, yeah, here's my ID. There you go.
I mean, but
But
yeah, but he's what we were referencing in particular was him rating people's bodies for a YouTube channel and whatever else he was doing it for. So you kind of want them to be above the age of 18. Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that.
but if they say they're above the
You
age
want
of
it to
18,
be appropriate for all ages
that's
and
what
for
I'm
them to be
confused as. If they
adults.
say they're above the age of 18 and he asks them and they say yeah, I'm confused about how he's in the wrong.
Because I think it's just verification, and they
Don,
can
I'm
just
gonna let
lie
you know now
about
you're
it.
defending the wrong person.
Wait, I'm just curious. I'm just curious because he said he asked them, and
Well,
That's why
he
the
had
videos
he
are
had a
sad.
forum where people would upload their pictures and he would rate them.
And they could.
so
It wasn't that
The
much of a.
rules
I
were
don't know
to
about,
be above
you know.
18. But
Oh,
it's like having TikTok or Twitter or anything where you have to put your age. If you're a child, you're probably not going to tell the truth.
Oh yeah, then that's. Oh, I got different opinions on that.
So, hey, let's actually clarify what the
No, I
forum was
never went on
because
this
you
forum.
didn't
You got me
accurately
there.
describe it at
I'm
all.
not going to say I knew.
But
So the forum was a place where people posted forum posts. They would talk to each other. I had run forums since I was in middle school, maybe.
there's a documentary
People
on
would talk
it.
about video games. They talk about
Yes.
the
That's what I'm
internet.
telling
They talk
you.
about
You're
several.
defending the wrong person.
Anyway, so it sounds like none of you guys
No,
have
wait.
looked
What
at
is that? The forums?
elysium.com/frames.
I only watch your YouTube videos.
It's 6 hours. It's like 6 hours of vindicating
Maybe
footage
nobody
and
talks
Girl,
to
I
you
do not have
confessions
time
from
to
the other
watch a
parties.
6-hour documentary.
But understand, wouldn't you think that if you had real proof that was really like showing that you're clean, you're clear, nothing, you did never did anything wrong or illegal, why don't more people talk
haven't
about
seen
it?
it.
Why don't more people talk about it?
can
Why
you
aren't more
say
people
that
like
if you
standing
haven't
up for
seen
you? Especially that one chick with like the blonde hair with the pink streaks. Like, why doesn't she talk about you and say like, you know what? Maybe his forum does prove that he isn't this type of person.
Because everybody who stands up for me gets crucified. I saw a reporter just say, hey, maybe we're not looking at the full picture here. And she took down her article because of the severe bullying. This was a rigged game from the beginning.
Okay,
That's why Sarah was able to extort me. Because she knew that all she'd have to do is nod and my life would be over. That's why she was able to make her demands in the agreement that said she couldn't lie about me. If you guys actually looked at anything on my side, which so many of you refuse to do because everybody hisses at each other if they do, but if you actually looked at my side, you would see that everything I said matches up, especially the timeline. I.e., 5 years later, I'm
weren't
still
you like
here.
AFK for like a while and then you just recently came back? You
I'm
do not hear what I
literally
say,
right
but
here talking to
I
you.
said you recently
5
came
years
back.
later.
You were not okay.
What does
Sorry, I guess I
AFK
explained
have
it
to do
weird
with
because
it?
I
was
played too
still
many video games. You were not active on.
You were away from keyboard, basically.
You were not active.
I'm aware of being away from keyboard, but I was still
I didn't say you were dead. I
alive
didn't say you were dead. I just said you were
free.
not.
I know, but what I'm saying is according to the level of evil that people describe, I should be in Supermax, according to them. They literally make me out to be Charles Manson. So if I was Charles Manson, why did I always call the cops on people? Why did I always get the upper hand? Shiloh was literally hauled away by police for threatening to frame me for her own death. So like you're talking about people who are repeatedly proven to be nut jobs, and I repeatedly reject them, and the internet thinks we should take the side of the people who repeatedly get rejected.
Bro
That's
just
what's
said,
bizarre.
can't be a nice guy. Nice guys finish last.
What? Well, yeah, that's why you literally, when this chick says, hey, I'm being beaten in my home, you say, that sucks, and you don't let her take refuge in your house.
What?
That's the lesson I learned.
Didn't you adopt her when she was a minor, or was that Billy?
It was Billy. Actually, it was both.
No, I'm not
see,
saying
that's-
like
Shiloh
it's
is-
true.
I didn't know.
wait.
I didn't know.
Like,
You guys, this is what's crazy is you guys
Okay.
don't know
I'm just
any
asking
facts.
a question.
you
I'm
make
asking
these
or
creepy claims.
fiction. Did you ask Shiloh to go to a state where it was legal to have sex with her at her age in a hotel? So why
No.
was that why was that
False.
a lie? Like where would that come from?
You guys are fucking horrible people. That's why. Because you say horrible things and you make up horribly
So that
disgusting,
was
nasty crap.
some random on the internet said that.
Yeah, no one was ever asked to go to any state for any purpose. At all. That's a disgusting lie. Like people, you guys are so gross.
And that's why
make
you
me
keep coming
sick,
back online
like,
and
in general, just
posting
like
more content and doing lives because you're so sick.
yeah. Well, it's come to the point where like, if I'm not doing this, then my mind goes to a much darker place.
Bro is the
So it's like,
Joker.
Why
You
not? Okay,
guys
why not have
keep me
everything you do
distracted
behind a
with-
paywall so that the true
with-
people who like you and want to follow you just be there? Or do you like the views of people hating on you?
because that's not how it works. You're without constant algorithms from multiple platforms, you don't exist.
I mean, people who know who you are, bro. Like people know the people who are gonna follow you are gonna follow you. You clearly you're not.
I appreciate the lesson on marketing from the person
Okay.
who's never done
I
anything
can still
in
have
the field.
opinions, and I'm giving you mine. That's what you brought me here.
Yeah,
Okay,
opinion from somebody who
I
doesn't
gave
know
an
what they're talking
opinion.
about
You can
doesn't
tell
help
me why I'm wrong. You're just making it like I don't know. You're being weird about it.
Just put the fries in the bag.
You're giving someone who has a extensive background in marketing
And you're
advice
giving
when you
deadbeat
have no
father.
background in marketing.
Oh,
You're not denying it.
What does that have to do with anything?
someone said rile up the fryers, Greg.
So if you called me an alien from Mars and
That's
I
a
didn't
nice
deny
thing
it,
to
would that
say.
mean I'm an
Why don't
alien
you
from
just, like,
Mars?
Stay on topic.
No, that is on topic. You just said I didn't
That's why
deny
I
it, and
asked
I'm
you if
on
are you an
topic
alien
of
from
not
Mars,
denying
and
things.
you say, I mean, if you say no, obviously, there's the first. Okay, sure, you win. Okay, you win. You're a good boy. You got it. You got me.
Ew.
Thanks for that.
Means
I don't know,
give
what
you
does that
money.
mean when the hands come up and there's a
I
heart?
think it's like 0.01 cents. I'm not even kidding. It's okay. It's like Jason Nash. Like,
Rich.
it's okay.
Uh,
That's wild.
dude, that'd be
I want
a
to know how
sight to
much
see.
Jason Nash makes. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that's really sad. You should actually go live with Jason Nash.
No.
I don't want to, because people just, I mean, I of all people, I talk
That's not
crap about
good.
people a lot. So I'm just gonna wind up talking crap about whoever I work with. Because like a great example is when Shane Dawson said that he was just doing this for a job. Thanks for the
That
heart
was
thing,
to
whatever that
me.
is. He was saying that YouTube was just a job to him. Like, he's
I'm joking.
okay. You're welcome then. I guess. I don't know. So he said that YouTube was just a job, and I flipped my lid. I lost my mind. Went
Yeah,
and
you
told the
could have been
internet
like
I'm a little
Rylan. You
baby.
could have been like Shane Dawson's
Well,
husband
that's-
with twins or something. You know?
But I wasn't. I'm not. I'm like. A
What if he
level of
proposed on like
intimate,
two
but not that
knees to
intimate.
you instead of Ryland? Aww.
That would be cute. I would say stop recording now.
Someone said twin.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see it. But the reason he even talked to me in the first place was because everyone was telling him that I looked like him. Do y'all have any other pressing concerns?
Nah.
What is your YouTube bio? Someone said your YouTube bio
I
is
guess I
really
should probably
weird.
look at- Yeah, it's so I don't know what words we can say, but you guys know that. Don't say the R word. But you guys know that if a person says to someone, sorry for I'm shaking, it really is cold. If a person says to another person, something bad is gonna happen to you if you don't give me this, that's extortion, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you use something of the physical interaction, God, I sound ridiculous shivering like this. I got
Are
no
you
socks
like
and I'm wearing
outside?
Crocs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh wait, you're actually in a
I'm in a
shed?
shed.
You're actually living in the shed?
No, I think it's quite just a studio.
No, I'm not living in the
Sorry,
shed.
wait, someone said you're living in a shed.
I'm in a shed. All right, let's give a tour real quick, okay? Here's the
Oh
shed. There's
wow.
no living space in here.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's the shed. Anyway, so
It's
that's my
okay.
favorite thing. The shivering
cold
made
on
me
the
lose my
beach.
train of thought.
Yeah,
You guys
you were
remember what I was
saying put on socks or something.
No, I was apologizing for my socks not being there, making me so cold my teeth chatter. But I was gonna say something.
Bro,
He
I
said,
was-
he's nervous.
I was
I'm
actually
nervous.
arguing.
Bro,
I'm
it's Jared
shivering.
Leto Joker.
Oh,
There's so many people that want to do it.
I thought Jared Leto. Oh, because I suck.
Oh, extortion. I don't know what
Okay,
that
so
means.
I was
but-
gonna try to.
Oh, do your bio.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. So if you do that, if you extort someone, but in the context of making them physically be with you, that is
Yeah.
the R
duh.
word.
What does
So
that
that's
have to do
what
with
Sarah
your
did
YouTube
to me.
bio? Oh, I didn't read it actually.
Yeah, I have no
Let me not say
idea.
anything. Let me not say anything before I read
That's
it. I was
the
actually
YouTube
pulling it
bio.
up.
The anxiety shakes.
Yeah. It said I was demonetized for what Sarah did to me.
So there's so many people.
Yeah, it's weird how a nothing profile like this one can actually get
What is lol cow?
live views.
I don't know if Indie's is considered a life now.
It's like a goofball site. It's a site for goofballs.
Well, it's also like a term to describe someone who's like kind of infamous and famous.
Hi,
Hey.
Howdy.
Kaki. Kai.
It says
Yes,
in your
I'm
bio
20.
you are in your 20s. Is that correct?
I'm also 20.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
I turned 21 in December.
Well, I turned 21 in October, so next month.
All women in the live.
I don't think anybody knows.
You guys all think that, well, there's a reason there's all women in the live.
Why?
I specifically chose there to be all women in the live. I grew up with women, so like I had no father really, so I was surrounded by women all the time, and I find comfort in surrounding myself with said female types. I was like super feminist before all this went down. I was ridiculous.
Yeah, you mentioned me.
I was going after Chris Brown and any guy who seemed remotely abusive, and then people turned on me, and I was like, okay, so maybe not everything's real.
Yeah, my dad wasn't that good either.
Why did you want to join
What is what?
Mattel? Madeline? Why'd you want to join?
Yeah, I used to watch you too when I was younger.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you're actually real. That's crazy.
And then you got convinced that everything
Honestly, I
you knew was a
didn't keep
lie,
up on
and
it much,
this person's
if I'm being
actually the
honest.
next Jeffrey Dahmer.
Like, I saw some videos,
Okay.
and so I know a bit, but I didn't really keep up.
Well, it's a real question as to whether you know a bit,
I
depending
saw-
on which
okay.
videos you saw.
Since you are the adult in the situation, some of it does fall back on you, right?
What situation?
But I can use PH as an example.
What situation?
When you join PH, does it ask you? It only asks you if you're 18, right? Do they check your
Yeah, I
ID?
think
No,
they have to.
they don't. But they don't check your ID. So the responsibility does land on them, but also it's like responsibility on both ends, which isn't necessarily right to me because a lot of people are minors. But if you get what I mean, like there's not necessarily a way to check through all those people and ID check. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying there's necessarily. I'm saying there's not necessarily a way to check everyone.
I think this is a very weird change of culture kind of thing because I wasn't saying anything inappropriate.
Yeah.
If you're not saying anything inappropriate, all the content has to be appropriate for all audience. It has to be appropriate for YouTube. There's specific rules against anything inappropriate on both the forum and on YouTube. People have to, and many of the posts confirm their age. The forum rules are that you have to be 18 plus. It's like, guys, can you please just look back at James Charles or something?
I mean,
Oh,
this
we
is
don't
a
like
lot
James
more
Charles.
lax back then.
I personally, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on this, but I
No, I don't.
I know
No
my
one
friend
likes
Malcolm.
him, so you're fine to say it.
I think James Charles. I think James Charles out of pretty much everyone
Dude,
is one of the
he
greatest names on the
Snapchatted my
internet as far
friend in
as
high school.
celebrities go.
He sent him a
Ew.
booty pic, I swear.
You.
That's what I'm
He
saying. Why
is.
is he
It's
not
just-
targeted?
Not
Why is he
anymore.
not?
It's just kind of weird. Like, he still makes money.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of people forgot about it. A lot.
Yeah,
too.
YouTube's still paying him.
Are they
So,
paying
As
you
far as I know.
or no?
What about Sniper Wolf? Isn't she
No,
like
they
their
took my job.
prodigy?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Stop
what?
talking about James
Sniper
Charles.
Wolf?
No.
Because she's still getting paid a lot, and they defended her.
Yeah, there's a lot of horrible people that are like, you know.
Yeah.
Who's Bug? Let Bug in.
Well, there's not necessarily a topic, so it's just his live. So I don't know what you mean by stay on the topic.
Ew.
So how about that
It's
Miranda
really
scene?
creepy.
I
You
did.
didn't?
I didn't see
I
that one
mean, look
coming.
at her videos. What do you mean you didn't see it coming?
She would twerk
I
on
didn't
people
watch your
on tour,
videos.
like minors, like
That's
bring
so
them on
scary.
stage. Yeah.
Oh my God! Shane brought.
No.
Did you see Shane kiss that
What?
one?
Oh, the one with the gum?
He brought. I don't know. It was very disturbing. He did some things.
I don't know how they allow
It
him
was
to have
wild.
a child.
Yeah, 2 children. Two.
That's crazy.
I want him. I want things to work out. I want him to not be bad, and I want everyone to be happy. That's what I hope for.
I mean,
But-
people forgot about him too.
I don't know. Did you guys hear his podcast?
Oh, him
the
saying
clips or
stuff
whatever?
about a
Because the
baby?
clips were crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Finding like a baby attractive.
He looked up a baby on naked babies on Google and thought it was hot. That's what he said. Yeah.
Mm.
Please don't say anything.
I,
triggering
Shane
his
Yaw,
TikTok.
have never fricked my cat.
Right. Well, there was that, and there was the, like the beauty pageant people. I can't really go in depth, but it's a mess. It's interesting how people heal. For some people and other people, it's just like forever. And I
Yeah, I
think
was gonna
my
say,
biggest
like, I
problem
think-
is that I won't
pretty
shut up
much.
about it.
Like, I feel like every time I see you, you're always talking about like past things.
But think about all the people who are guilty
That's
of
because they
stuff
stopped
who
talking about
conveniently
it and they
move on,
stopped
and all the people who are
giving
Yeah.
truly
dislike
innocent.
them. Like,
I did for years. You know how you said I
but that
was
was after
AFK?
how many years
That was
of
me
you
not talking about
trolling
it, and I came
and
back.
cheating into some people,
And then you were freaky on Twitter or something. I saw a YouTube video about that. You're just being freaky.
I could never cleanse my mind of your OnlyFans.
Ew, you can't say that, by the way.
Oh, my bad. I actually don't know. My bad.
Freaky Bob.
Yeah. I don't know why you hate.
I never said I
Why
hated
do
you. I
you
don't
hate
hate
me
for
so much?
anybody.
Well, you said you
I
can
mean,
never
it was
cleanse your
weird.
mind of it.
It was
like,
weird.
I don't think I'm.
It's just a little freaky, a little
No, I
freaky.
think
wasn't
there's
talking
something
about
wrong
your. I don't
with
know
me.
if you've posted any physical pictures, but I'm talking about like the 3D pictures you posted with the horse or something.
What? What? Ew.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to talk about your physical body.
That was funny.
Ew,
I wouldn't
don't,
do that without your
please.
permission.
Okay. Well, I know how I look, and I know I'm not hideous. So I was like, why are you saying that?
You just
That's
missed
me.
Sorry.
Someone said, "Remember your CUTTING video?" I made lots of them. A lot of people said they were helpful. I have screenshots. of
what
people
the
saying it's
fuck?
And
helpful.
someone said I'm falling for his manipulations. No, I'm not. I'm just here. He let me in. I'm staying here until he kicks me out.
Me too.
Later. Boob squeeze.
Boob squeeze.
Yeah, the boob squeeze really lost its
Probably
its
because all
comfort
your
for me over
most
time.
of your views.
I was like, you know what? People are just gonna use this like
I
it's
saw you
something.
reach for your phone and I took
so
my chance.
no.
Got so scared. I thought you were gonna kick me.
Oh, is that? No, I was looking at.
Someone said
No,
that
I'm looking
Buggin.
for.
I don't know who Bug
There we go.
is.
This
I
person
saw some,
said.
yeah, someone in the chat's name Bug, and they were definitely asking to
What?
join.
Meow.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Let Bug in.
Look
Let
for
Bug
a
in.
bar.
I love Blair White. Someone said. I'm reading a comment. Sorry. I don't know who that is.
It's weird anyone could
Wait, what about
feel
Blair
that
White?
way for her.
I'm reading comments. Someone said, I love Blair White.
She's really pretty. I don't watch her content, but she's really
If you love her, you love Trump. So that's a tough sell.
That sweater is very 2016.
Oh my god.
Okay, we have two new
Hello,
people.
Nuss and
Oh, I
Caitlin.
did not mean to join this, cause nah. Nah, fuck all this.
What'd I do?
Then just leave.
You requested.
Then just
I
leave.
didn't mean to. I don't want to talk to this man. I don't want to give him a platform.
Meow.
No one should be giving him a platform because
I don't have a platform to
Then why are you here?
Because I've been trying to block you.
Then leave. Okay, so just so you guys know, this person says, you know you
Oh,
can manipulate
shit.
women, which is why you don't let men in. They don't think you're intelligent enough to deal with me.
I
because
don't
No,
guess
I
I'm
choose
know what
the
he
manipulating
was
bear.
women.
saying. I think it was more just you keep saying just whatever, and everyone just keeps they're just not.
I thought you
They're
were
not
leaving.
even
What are you doing?
getting into you about like what this is actually about. Like we're just talking about IDs and like checking IDs. You did so much more than that. You literally abused multiple women, and I don't want to hear it. And I'm just gonna leave. So goodbye.
I literally brought this all up. She's saying I didn't say any of this. I literally brought this all up. I asked questions. That's why I have so many. I don't know if that's money or whatever on the top of my little square. But I brought it all up, and I don't remember everything off the top of my fucking head. That's why you're here to
Yeah,
bring
me
other shit
too.
up.
Okay, good.
Are you
I
leaving
can't
or
get
not?
out.
Because you keep saying you're
Click
leaving.
on yourself, and then I think that's how you do it.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm not following Onision. I do not agree with Onision on anything.
It's
I don't know
funny-
why
it's
everybody's
funny
saying
that-
like I'm being manipulated, bro. I'm just here. I wasn't.
I choose the bear.
How was I giggling with him?
It's funny. Well, hold on. She joined. She said, you are this. 0 references, 0 evidence, and then says, I'm leaving. It's like the I'm voting Trump. Trump's our savior. I'm going. Like it's where's the references, the context, the details. And also, like, can you ever imagine like James Charles or Shane
Bro,
Dawson or
stop
anything just
talking
sitting
about
here
that
and talking
freaking
to
James
people about these
freaking
things?
Charles, dude.
He's just comparing himself to other predators. That's what he does. That's how he's supposed to do
Anybody?
it.
Can you imagine anybody? Richard,
Well, you're bringing up James Charles because you're
What?
just trying to like, compare yourself to other predators and saying like it's not the same thing.
no, I'm comparing myself to people who are. I'm comparing myself to someone who would
Well,
not do
no,
this
yeah,
because
sure.
they are what they are.
Someone said stop yapping
James
in
Charles
Onision.
couldn't do a live stream addressing things because James Charles straight up
no,
admitted
he-
to what he did.
I
did he
mean-
not?
No, he did. He said he was doing it out of desperation.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, it's not.
Wait, that's not an excuse. That doesn't make it okay. That just confirms that he's awful.
Yeah, nobody said he was a good person. You're the only one bringing
There's
it up.
a
Like
difference,
you're
like-
saying that we're saying that he's a good person or we love him.
No, we do not like James
Do you
Charles.
see the connection though? I'm saying that people like him don't do
Yeah,
these
he has,
live
like,
streams.
I don't know. I don't think he's allowed to. He has a team,
Oh, true.
You should have a team. You should have a team to help you.
You don't have any
I
money.
think that requires money though. I'm a very
Put on the
Unrich
banana
person.
suit and dance around or something.
I would, but I'm pretty sure you guys
I don't hate
me,
anyone.
so why would I do anything?
Why not just like do something and just not think about other people? And I understand that they're gonna call, they're gonna do this and that. Just don't be public about it. Try to get a job somewhere in the middle of nowhere in the deepest, darkest depths of hell, and just live your life there.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What are you talking about?
So I just
No,
No,
that's
that's
not.
not-
$71?
I actually don't know how that works.
You should click my name, Onision, and give me a galaxy. It's like $3.
guys, y'all aren't even talking about anything of substance anymore.
Yeah, but I
Like
didn't
y'all
put any
are
money
talking
into
about him to him, like all buddy buddy. Like this shit isn't funny
I'm
anymore.
not trying to be
This
funny, but
man
I
is
just
not
called
my
him
buddy.
a PDF file. What are you talking about?
Like, okay, like if you're reading some of the comments, there are a lot of people that do want to talk about serious things, like not just about any relationships that he had brought into his life. Like, besides the fact that it was super messed up, I'm 21.
Hold on. How old are you?
Bro, it literally says it in my bio. Anyways, like I started watching your videos
Yeah, I
back in
wanted
like
to
maybe
confirm.
2015. I think I was like 12 at the time. And regardless of whether or not you intended your fan base to be women of age or whatever you thought your fan base was, it was mostly underage girls that you were asking to send photos to you so you could rate their bodies. Even if they weren't minors.
I wasn't asking.
Bro, I
wasn't-
watched
literally wasn't
literally
asking.
every fucking week, and you're gonna tell me that you didn't ask that shit at the end of every video? You introduced Eugenia Cooney to a bunch of young, impressionable girls.
Yeah,
You gave her a platform.
If you want to decide the next topic,
Eugenia Cooney.
who?
Like, you gave her a spotlight that she did not deserve at the time.
I didn't get.
She
She was
already had a
famous before
platform
me.
way before he said anything about her.
That's okay. So let's. Yeah, she was huge.
Yeah,
I
but there
I
was
did not
really
give her a
no
platform.
need
That's
to talk
nonsense.
about her and the things that she was doing that were harmful to herself and pushing all of that stuff onto impressionable young
Congratulations,
girls.
you have an opinion. Oh my god!
I have
you
an opinion?
You're not.
Okay,
stating
but the
facts,
fact is,
you're
you were
stating feelings and
significantly older
opinions.
than your wife at the time, than Shiloh, than Billy, than Ayala, and you decided to bring them into your life and take advantage of their younger brains.
What the hell are you talking about? Like, really, you're literally talking about like cultural norms and opinions.
Cultural
you're not talking
norms
about
and
anything
opinions?
That's like facts.
Fact is, you were significantly older. You were the adult in the
Yeah.
situation.
You know what? Okay, so Judge
my
Judy,
God.
do you know
I'm
what
not
she
even
says about
gonna.
age?
Whatever you're gonna say after this.
Where is this going? What?
Do you know what Judge Judy says about age? A woman who has encountered thousands of men. Do you know what she said
No,
about
I
age?
don't know what Judge Judy said about age.
He stated a scientific fact that men age 10 years slower than women.
Okay, is Judge Judy like a doctor? Is she a neurologist? Like, is she a behavioral?
Yeah, she is actually.
Okay,
She's
can you
literally
give
a
me some
doctor.
sources? That's not just like fucking Judge Judy, who's like
Judge
a
Judy's
judge
show.
on a TV show. I
Don't
can disrespect whoever
Judge
the
Judy.
fuck I
Don't
want.
disrespect
You're a bad
Judge Judy. She's
person,
better than
and you
you
can't
and me.
call other people like literally earlier in their life. You're like,
You're
hey,
insulting
you're
Judge
you're
Judy.
terrible people for saying all these terrible things, completely ignoring the fact that like you have been spouting such vile shit for your entire YouTube career.
Give me
I
a
don't know.
point.
You're
Give me a
watch
point.
any of your own videos. Like literally, you own those videos.
You mean the jokes? You mean jokes that made
Those
millions
people
of
are
people
bad
laugh?
people too. Then, like, I don't know what to say. Like, you can't just keep deflecting the fact that you're a bad person
you're saying
and you
you're
did
better
bad
than
things
millions of
and you
people.
left a bad impression on a lot of people.
You're actively doing something bad.
What am I doing? Calling you out? Holding you accountable? Educating people?
You're telling
Total
a total
stranger. You're a
stranger.
public
You're telling
figure.
a total stranger.
You chose to
that
be in
you
the
know
spotlight.
them. What?
Ew.
Okay, so you joined.
I joined to tell you
someone
that you're a
better
bad
than
person
them.
and you need to take accountability for your actions. You didn't
So
do
what? I
anything
didn't do
wrong.
anything
You
wrong.
didn't do anything wrong. I bet you so many people can give you proof that you did something wrong.
Listen
so
to
many.
me. You sound like a Karen.
I sound like a Karen.
You sound like a Karen.
So fucking what? Like,
Yeah.
stop deflecting.
Nobody wants to be a Karen. You sound like somebody who's
You
like
sound
so
like this. You sound like that.
emotional
Talk
you
about
can't
yourself.
actually
Defend yourself.
convey a
You're not
confident
even
point.
saying anything about yourself. You're not doing anything that is actually
Well,
defending you.
guess what? What am I supposed to defend myself against?
Do you
have no
want me to
contextual
like
examples.
pull up your YouTube channel right now and watch all your fucking videos and quote them back to you? Like,
No, you're saying that someone's a bad person because they had a forum where people chose what they wanted to post to that forum themselves after confirming that they were only going to post content appropriate for all audiences and that they were adults. And then you blame me
if you're
those
not
people
aware
were
of
bad
the power
and lied.
dynamic between an influencer
How the
and their
hell
fan
is
base,
someone a bad
then
person
you
for
really
doing
shouldn't
everything right?
be a content creator. Like, you have to be aware of like what you're putting on public forums. And also, it's pretty fucking obvious when you look at the photos that were sent to you.
I didn't put anything on a public forum. They did. And dude, we maybe had 100 moderators on that forum. So you're talking about like 100 people that would have had to fail for the content to be inappropriate. Like, you guys don't know
And those
shit.
people worked for you, right? Those people worked for you. Those
Why do I have
moderators
hats?
worked
God
for
damn it.
you.
No, they were volunteers. And you're, like, quite frankly, you're a fucking dumbass. Like, that's just frustrating, listening to someone going, even though you did literally everything possible, you're still bad. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I went above and beyond. Content appropriate for all audiences. Content appropriate for YouTube. Must be an adult. Start your own topics. Not even telling you what topics to start.
But
and
we're
somehow
the rating.
I'm the bad guy.
We're the rating
How
your bodies,
desperate-
like even though like.
How-
Yeah, but you
That was
still
their
did it.
idea.
That's like kind of why people are pissed off because they were minors.
No, that was like the audience is like, if you look at the, like, I'm sure you see like montages of things that people can misconstrue, misrepresent, etc. But if you actually look at the original videos, you see the variety of men, fat people, etc., old people.
So
You
you're
see all
telling
these
me there
people
were
that
zero
submitted
minors,
content.
zero
And yet people-
minors in the videos?
That's like just like any site. You say, hey, here's the rules. And if somebody's going to be a fraud, that's a personal choice that they made that they should be
But are
held
you
accountable for.
okay
because
with
they
having a
lied.
public video on
And
YouTube
again, it's
with
appropriate
a
for all
minor?
audiences. It's all audiences. Literally all audiences. Like, it's supposed to be appropriate for all audiences. So you're telling me that I should feel bad for having a website that is appropriate for all audiences, where people are told that they should be adults submitting content for all audiences on this site. So nothing inappropriate. You're telling me I should feel bad for having all these checks and balances, and for years, everyone in the audience being fine with it. People overwhelmingly liking those videos. Even my ex, like one or two of my exes was in the videos doing it themselves because they too knew there was nothing wrong with them. And then a new generation comes along and they're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn this thing that wasn't anything
I
into
just feel
something.
it was a different time and you have a different
Nonsense.
audience. Like when I watched you, I was a minor, and watching you rate other people's bodies made me feel like, hey, maybe I should submit a photo or something. No, I did
You felt
not
like lying,
submit
like,
anything.
and
I'm
I'm
just
to
saying,
blame
like, you
if-
had a younger audience. That's it.
Okay. I just hate that I have to be blamed for other people being dishonest. That sucks ass. Like, why do I get blamed for that? That's not fair. And besides, literally, those videos were liked by tens of thousands of people. All the people that click like, what
Kind
are
of
they?
weirdos, I
if these
guess.
are
I
so
mean, I
bad?
feel like watching it, they're me.
More like they're you.
How? Yeah, I was
Because you
just,
said
like
you were
basically
an
a
audience
teen,
member.
I'd say.
Okay, well, the demographics on the actual YouTube, they take account for everyone's age, and my audience was 80% adults. Like, I looked at the analytics. So, like, people want to say shit, but they don't actually have the data. They don't have all the information I do, which is extensive. Someone said they can't watch anymore because I'm annoying. Yes, facts are irritating, I know, especially when you're on the wrong side of them.
Oh, brother.
I probably sound like
Jason
that one
Nash.
guy.
Or
What's
wait,
his face?
sorry.
Is Mattel trying to join again? I don't want you to join again.
Jason Nash. Collab. When? Yeah, you guys. It's Gerard Way. Oh my god.
Like, here's another thing. Why would you join a live stream and go, you're a bad
Me?
person? Like, do you just want attention? Is that it?
Are you talking about me?
That's
I'm just
annoying
joining.
though. Like, why would anyone do that? Can you imagine the irony? Like, I'm gonna join a live stream to attack someone who I know is an emotional wreck. And I'm gonna tell them what a bad person they are and how superior I am to them, and really feel good about myself while doing that. It's funny, and people are like, oh, all caps, you are a bad person. Then leave. You're hanging out with a bad person right now, all of you. 1.4 thousand people are hanging out with a person that they say is bad. That makes you bad.
I don't
Stop
think this
hanging out
counts
with
as
bad
hanging
people,
out.
you
It's just
hypocrites.
entertainment, you know?
You're hanging out with me. You're giving me views
Oh, yes.
or whatever.
I'm giving you views.
You're making me
I only have
popular
like
again.
2,000 followers.
No, I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Everything I say is not about you. I'm talking about the comments here. You have 1.3 thousand. I'm not really concerned. You're still here because you're not actively being horrifically toxic. The other people were being insanely toxic. And I know you guys love the word gaslighting, but it's kind of overdone. Like, can we do a new word? Because, like, if anyone gaslights, it's definitely you guys. Because you're telling me that I'm crazy for stating literal facts over and over and over again. Like, what part of appropriate for all audiences do you not understand? You're still responsible because people lied to post to your appropriate for all audiences website. What is the problem here? Like, I understand that people lie and that's their issue, but like, I didn't do anything. So like, what the hell? Why do I have to deal with the fallout of literally so many
If you
nut
found
jobs?
out that one of those videos, like there was a minor in the clip, would you take it out?
Absolutely. 100%. If there was an inappropriate image, it would be I would be disgusted and I would want it gone forever because it's horrific. Even if it was like, you know, someone who's just like, whatever, cash. Because like, I know that there's probably videos of like a variety of, a wide variety of things. Like there's pictures of probably like, you know, oh, here's a video of Shay Carl hanging out with his family. You know, those are technically people who aren't all adults because that's his family, right? So obviously I'm not going to freak out by something that's like really casual like that. But if you see some image that looks uncomfortable, then obviously nobody wants that. That's disgusting. Like a family photo is not an issue if it's a casual family photo. But if it's something inappropriate, then obviously inappropriate stuff shouldn't be there. That's common sense. But again, besides for only appropriate things, then it's just such a weird thing that's so obsessed over. What was this? 9 years ago? 9 years ago of a forum where people posted their own topics and had to follow rules that everything had to be appropriate for all audiences? Kind of silly. Not him defending family vlogger exploitation. That's not what I'm doing. I could see the parallel though. I could see what you did there.
See, and a thing that I noticed too a lot with like the people in these comments is most of them are basing their quote unquote facts off of random drama channel videos that they've seen and not the actual facts of the situation. They're going by what they've heard.
They don't hear anything I'm saying. They just regurgitate that. It's literally, it just reminds me of that tribalism, you know, that Trumpism, that Harrisism, whatever, where people they hear their leader say something and then they just repeat it over and over. And then they say, you don't take accountability because you don't agree with their complete and utter ignorance about your life. It's bizarre to me. Because it's like, listen, I get that you have this opinion, but I have facts to completely and utterly debunk your opinion. I'm not going to take accountability for something that I shouldn't take accountability for. And then someone said, always believe the victims. Literally, I am the victim of Sarah. You guys didn't believe me. You didn't support me. I had her confessing. You didn't support me whatsoever. Don't say you support victims. Sarah literally confessed to it right in front of you guys, and you still celebrated her.
Exactly. Like I followed that whole situation. I had been a fan of you during that time. Some things that happened I did not agree with. I backed away from the situation. I saw more facts come out from her saying she was lying. And was like, oh, so obviously.
Right.
And then I went through and read a lot of the stuff that you had posted on your website about all that and was like, okay, there we go. I did not know.
Did you hear the phone call?
But the fact that you actually had the receipts and they did not.
Haunting.
Yeah.
Also, their story change. It's crazy. She started out saying, that she wanted to be with me. She wanted to be with Cool Guy Kai. That nothing ever happened to her that was inappropriate. That we even rejected her well after appropriate age or whatever, like adulthood. And then later on, she's like, oh, it was actually all inappropriate. But then in the same document, she's swearing under penalty of perjury that Cool Guy Kai is the sweetest guy and that he never did anything. Like, she cannot keep her story straight. It's bizarre.
Yeah, but people just want to hate.
And and if you look at what I was saying from day one, I was saying that she had done this to me, that I was a victim of her, and that that's why I had rejected her. I had been saying that from day one. And then now I'm saying the exact same thing. It's been 5 years of continuity. If you guys want proof, it's onision.com/framed. Onision.com/framed. It's like 6 hours of video of her saying things. Okay? It's not just me going blah, blah, blah. It's them texting, them on video confessing, them on police reports confessing, multiple police reports stating I didn't do anything. You guys don't understand how locked in this is. And then someone says I'm obsessed with myself. You guys are literally the reason that I have to talk about myself this much, because you won't stop talking about me. If I can make videos about, George Bush and nuclear bombs, that'd be great. But you won't let me. You only watch videos where I talk about myself. So what? It's like a circular thing, man. And people keep saying, add this bug. Who's the bug? Did they say bug in their username? Because every time I look, there's like no one there. What I think is wild is like how super married to a narrative people can get, to the point where they're just absolutely refusing any other information. Like, oh, he's saying all these things, which under normal circumstances, this would be totally acceptable. But because it's him, I'm going to go ahead and just keep saying he's bad. And you see what happens when someone says that I'm bad. Their likes or whatever this is on TikTok blow up. Everybody's, yeah, he's bad. He's the only person who's actually willing to talk to us, not any of these other people that we give crap. But he is willing to talk to us about this issue. And so all we do, we bombard him and say he's bad, even though he's insanely transparent. And straight up is willing to face us and talk it out. It's a bizarre thing, because if someone was willing to talk to me about issues and repeatedly say things, someone said you had people chained up. That is literally.
I feel like I'm going to get so much heat for anything I'm about to say, but I don't think I care at this point because this is funny to me. But yeah, I don't think people realize that the time you made those videos, I was in those videos. I was in multiple ones of those videos, and I will 100% admit that I was underage while I did it.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That was nobody's. Granted, I never sent anything crazy, inappropriate, and whatnot, but that was completely on me for doing that. It's not like he forced anyone to do it. He did say multiple times, if you were ever on the website, that it was over 18 and adults and da-da-da-da-da. And that was on me for not listening. I was a kid watching his videos. I was a fan, and I was excited to be in a video. But I don't know. I think people just like to throw the blame just because obviously you're the person making them. You're the person saying whatever you said. But it was a completely different time, and I think people forget that.
I mean, I feel like it was definitely a different time, but like you can't excuse a lot of different behavior.
Connected there. Shoot. All right, I'm gonna have to re-add. Sorry for disconnecting anyone. I'm just going through, making sure there's age and bio if I'm adding someone, so I can make sure they're an adult, because everyone's a freak. All right. Oh crap, here I go again. See, oh, I can expand it. Yes. That expands. Sorry to the people that got cut off.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Why
Okay.
did you want to join?
I don't. Oh yeah. Okay. So,
Agreed.
so I see you're living in a shed. You know, it kind of makes me feel a little bad. Your YouTube kind of fell off. I see.
Hello, Onision. How are you?
Hi. What's up?
I used to watch you as a child. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Okay. This is how the world works, you know? It's not...
When did you
People are
join?
just-
Wait, when did you
People
join
are just
TikTok?
people. What's that?
When did you join TikTok?
Off and on over the years.
Uh-huh. Pulling in some crazy viewers. 1.1k. That's nuts.
I feel nothing. 1.1 thousand people watching me doesn't mean anything. It could be 15 people or whatever. It's all just whatever.
True.
I'm so emo.
So emo.
So super dark.
You don't live in that shed, right? You just are in there for filming, right?
Hi, Onion. It's really good to see you. I haven't seen you since I was 16, but I do have one question, if you don't mind me asking it.
I don't know yet.
Okay. I'm not going to come at you all sideways, but I will just say that I do have a recollection of you starting your own cult, and you had a website for that. Could you elaborate? Do you have any thoughts, opinions? Do you remember that?
What was the leader of this said cult?
You made a cult with, I believe, Shiloh.
No.
It's so long
Wait,
ago.
I remember this. Oh my god.
Right? Like I'm not coming at you weird. This is something that I remember. It's very
the
vague.
difference between a religion and a cult.
Okay. What was the religion? If you
A lot
don't.
of religions are called cults.
Okay, but
Well,
going out
not
and
in
saying
this
is a
case.
cult sounds wild. Having ideas about how we came to be. I mean, you want to talk about gaslighting. People on YouTube took me as a 17-year-old. I was 17. I had ideas about how our world came to be. And I have, since I was 17, been abused for my ideas. And my ideas were...
That was your dad, correct?
What?
Was that your dad, correct, on your Draw My Life video? That had to do with that in the views of your religion? Because
Damn, wait, he pulling out receipts I don't even know about.
But that's abstract. I don't know specifically what you mean.
So in your Draw My Life video, you mentioned your dad, and then you also...
But what did I say?
Okay, hold on.
Wait, you mentioned your dad. Like,
I know. Hold on. All right, let's talk about this. I feel like there's a gun here. All right, and I'm not sure who's pulling the trigger. So I'm not sure if it was a story that you wrote that had to do with the main character and his father, and it was a treatment of his father, and it created this. I think it was a book about your religion.
I remember you writing books. I remember.
It was drawn out. If I'm not mistaking the video, do you have any recollection of that, Greg?
No. Okay, so I don't remember much about the word is Saseska. I don't remember much about it because it's not really relevant to me. But as I recall, it was this idea that human beings, the sole reason they exist is to protect the earth.
Okay.
And
All
that
right.
earth is God.
And then I do want to touch on one other thing. So Eugenia Cooney, I did a count and you made 23 videos about her. What was your reasoning behind that? In your head, what made this
Every single time I made a video, people thanked me.
Okay.
A lot.
For was it awareness? Like in your head, did you make awareness about her eating disorder, or like what? Because I remember a couple times you mentioned in your videos that you thought you were bringing awareness to this, but my personal opinion, and of course,
I have
maybe
data if you want to know the data.
But my personal opinion on the whole
I'd
situation.
like to hear the data. Honestly, you mentioned it a few times. I'd like to.
All right, what would the data involved be, Onision?
Enormous amounts of people tweeting, commenting, etc. Thank you. I used to idolize Eugenia. I was starving myself, but because of your videos, Onision, I stopped starving myself.
I think that it made it worse for Eugenia because that is what she didn't really show too much of herself.
That's nonsense.
Listen, so she recently started Twitch streaming, but I think your videos single-handedly it made her eating disorder exceedingly worse.
Do you think Shane's video also?
Okay, first of all, I haven't made a video about Eugenia for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah, no, I'll give you that.
Typing Eugenia to YouTube, Eugenia Cooney to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are making videos about her, and you blame me?
I didn't say I was blaming you. I was bringing up.
Yeah, you did. You said I was responsible.
I said it fueled it.
It
So-
felt like feelings.
No, fuel. Like fuel.
I just feel like
So
you
many
brought
people made
because
videos about
you were really.
I don't think during that time though. Now they definitely do. You're right about that. They make tons of videos
Yeah.
now. But back then, I don't think a lot of people did.
And
I
so
think Shane Dawson
I'm
was a
not
big
trying to
part of
come
it
to
too.
you.
for everyone's problems show.
It's of course it was her problem initially, but it was kind of she wasn't very talked about. Like, of course she was speculated.
She was hella talked about, dude. Every video I made about Eugenia took off because she was already more popular than me.
Oh, I totally believe that, but you were also
You don't have
extremely
to
big.
Literally look at the way back.
Onion,
Eugenia's
I know.
I feel
I
like
was
he's
in
saying
one
like
of your
the-
videos.
What does that have to do with anything?
I know your content.
Yeah, but you
I
clearly
used to
don't know
love
how
you.
big Eugenia was. Eugenia was a huge deal.
I feel like the Eugenia videos might have took off because it was all speculation and Unision, like he talked about it. You know, he was so open about it. But like I don't know because it was a different time. So like
and Dozer was saying like these comments are saying Shane Dawson also failed. The
he did
Eugenia
too, and I
Cooney
loved him
Let's-
for the
hold on.
longest time.
Let's not go on to Shane Dawson real
Okay,
quick.
yeah, hang on, go back. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's blame
We're
Onision.
not-
We're focusing on blaming Onision for everyone's problems right now.
I'm not
I'm not saying anything.
We're not
You-
saying that. We're just no. Okay, I'm gonna go back to being quiet.
Hold on, let me speak for a moment. It's not that I'm pointing fingers, I'm asking questions, and your responses are either helping the situation or it's accepting or denying. And to a degree, I would like to ask, do you feel some sort of accountability? Do you feel like you have taken accountability?
Oh my god. So I did not give Eugenia Cooney a disorder because
No,
she
no,
had
I'm
the
talking
disorder
about-
before I even let me finish. Because
Okay.
she had the disorder before I even knew she existed. When I made
100%.
videos about her, she already had the disorder. So no, I did not give her anorexia.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Did you
Just
watch
the-
Shane's documentary about when she got better for a bit?
His videos are so boring, I can't.
Yeah, the
We did get better
collection
for a bit. That made me
of
happy.
everything, though, like over time, you know, with these, because to a degree, I don't know how to explain this properly.
You want me to understand that somehow Eugenia's very strange.
Let's ignore her for just a moment.
Like I literally had images of how she was in that moment, and she was already being obscene.
Okay.
That's why I was making the videos, because I was saying, don't copy this person. She's a very bad influence. She's causing you guys to hurt yourself. So don't follow this
If that's
person.
the case, though, then why didn't you make videos when she recovered saying how good it was?
You missed the last show. I gave her $300 and congratulated her, and then I made a video thanking Shane Dawson and her for finally recovering. Oh my God, people!
Did you not
I
like
didn't see
think of the
that.
consequences of making those videos about Eugenia? Though
Jesus Christ.
What was that, Tiffy? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said,
called
did
the
he not think
butterfly
about
effect,
the
man. You can't
consequences of
control
making
it.
the video about Eugenia?
Like, do you know the consequences of walking out your front door and getting in your car? Like, do we have to obsess over every single thing?
Okay. And then
I think
I
when it
did.
comes to people being sick, though, it's a different situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I helped hundreds, if not thousands, of people because that's how many people messaged me thanking me. I'd like
I'm
to
not
pull it
going
up
to
on my
deny
computer right
that
now, but
because you
my
have the
internet for some
messages,
reason
so nobody can deny that. But I think, is hurting one person worth helping more? It's kind of like the train question of psychologically.
It is the many before the
And then
few.
I do
100%.
see a lot of comments mentioning how your daughter fell out of the window and broke her arm. How?
No.
Whoa, what?
No, that
Oh
didn't
yeah,
happen.
no. There's a police report about that, so there's no way you can deny that.
She fell. She did not break her arm. And
Didn't
still,
she fall
nobody-
out of a window?
Can one of you ask me how she is? Because nobody, not a single
Yeah, I'm curious,
YouTuber,
how is
not a
she?
single
Is she
commenter,
okay?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
anybody ask if she was okay.
Is she okay?
That was what I was gonna ask too.
Do
is
you
how
guys
is she
think that's
doing?
messed up? That nobody's actually, not a single YouTuber who made a video about it. No one, not even Sarah. Sarah didn't even ask how she was.
I do have one other question.
Well, we're just moving on. We're not going to ask how my daughter is.
No, I want to know.
Hold on,
Was
hold
she-
on,
did you go to
hold
the
on.
hospital?
No, I'm
What
asking
happened?
Mr.
Oh,
guy who's trying to move on.
Hold on, I'm not trying to move on.
Sounds like you are. Unless the words that are coming out of your mouth are, how's your daughter? Moving on.
It is about your daughter, but
Are we asking how she is?
No,
How's
I'm.
your daughter? Are we asking?
Yeah, how is your daughter, Greg?
She's good, thanks.
I'm happy to know that she's wonderful.
I'm glad you're happy. That's
Did
important.
she break a bone or like was it
No.
like dangerous? Oh, that's
Well,
bad.
I mean, okay, so
'Cause
she.
it sounded horrible, but obviously
Yeah,
couldn't
it
help
was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Multiple
It was the worst thing I've
breakage?
ever gone through. Huh?
Was it like a multiple breakage? Sorry, I'm very
I want
nosy.
to tell you guys a story. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, to me, it was a supernatural experience. It's going to be the exact same story I told everybody else because that's how real things happen. You remember the reality of them. You don't have to fucking fake it. But I was in the garage, as you guys can check in my video history. I was working on my computer, and I, for some reason, didn't have my headphones on. I almost always have my headphones on, but I didn't. And it was like 6 or 7 o'clock. Sun was going down outside. Upstairs, cool guy Kai was making dinner. And I was just working late into the night because that's what I always did. I would work on videos. YouTube was my life until it was taken away by Sarah. So I was working on this stuff, editing, and I heard a toy car. And this is where it's bizarre. I heard a toy car being run along the garage outside.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine a tin garage. Really? A cowboy hat right now?
Sure.
I'm lagging. Sorry.
Oh, they froze it up.
Can you all still hear me?
Yeah, can we recap on how he said supernatural?
Not sure if
Do you mean spiritual
Welcome
instead
back.
of like supernatural?
There it goes.
Or do you mean supernatural?
He said supernatural.
He
but,
did.
but you could mean spiritual though. Some people
Sure.
call those
Okay.
both things.
Why does my connection suck?
Maybe because you're in a shed right now, but one.
Boo.
I'm not booing. Hold on, wait.
Let me finish the story.
Okay, finish your story.
Okay.
Toy, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I got no video on my end. I don't know why.
You're moving.
You're good. Yeah, we can see
Oh, you
you.
can see me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can see you.
I can't see myself. Okay, so so there's a toy car sounds on the garage wall, and I hear a deep like humming or a noise that sounds like my son. So
Wait, Live is saying they can't see you, but we can see him.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
can
a-
see him.
on my loading,
can't
on
see
my
him.
side, it's a loading screen.
They're saying we can't
But
see
some
you.
people, maybe they're trolling because some people are saying they can. Maybe they're just
Yeah.
trolling. I
We
think they're
can.
trolling.
Okay, wait.
There's
It said
quite a few
rejoin. Okay,
people
they have to
saying
Some people can say, I can see him, I can't, I can see him, I can't.
Someone
can
said I can
hear,
see
I
him,
can't.
yeah,
unfortunately.
13 I can see him.
Try
Yeah.
like leaving and then rejoining, because some people said can't see him.
I just want to ask him
Seriously
about
can't,
the
not
fucking
lying.
bulletproof vest.
I can see him. Now he's gone.
Yeah.
I
Are you back?
rejoined
Now you're
3
back.
times. I wish I see.
I'm
Okay,
here.
wait.
You're
Okay,
back.
he's back.
Okay, continue your story, Greg.
Okay, so sounds like my son's outside playing with a toy car on the I hope people remember this, because I hear people misconstruing what happened so much. It's disgusting, and nobody cared to actually ask me what happened, other than I talked about it in another live stream, which was pretty helpful. I cried a little bit, but I'm not going to cry this time. So I heard my son. I'm like, that's weird. It's sundown. He should be inside. So I go out to let him in. My Ring camera captured my reaction. I'm walking upstairs. It's a two-stair type of house. So there's in between is the door. Walk up there. I notice to my left that my son is playing video games, looking at his computer or the TV. Video games, TV. So I'm like, that's weird, because I heard his voice outside. I heard a toy car on the fence. So I'm very concerned, or a little weirded out. So this is when I walk past the Ring camera, and I just stare for a second, because I can't recognize what I'm even looking at. At first I thought, oh, there's some kind of life form that I don't recognize there. I didn't really know what I was looking at. But after a couple more seconds, when I pieced it together, I realized it was my daughter playing. God damn you, putting the hat on me right now. I realized it was my daughter. So I yelped for Cool Guy Kai to call an ambulance immediately. Cool Guy Kai did. I took over the phone. My partner ran on over next to our daughter. We didn't move her. We went out of our way not to move her, because we didn't know what was, what could possibly be the issue. And as I told the ambulance people what was going on, what happened, and as the ambulance was on its way, this is what everybody freaks out a bit about, because they're literally morons. But as they were on their way, I thought, I'm doing nothing, because I can't do anything. I can't move her or anything like that. My spouse is there comforting her. Thanks for that. And so I took my phone and I hit record, and I panned from the top of where she fell down to where she was, so I could show it to the doctor, so the doctor would understand exactly what the injury impact would have been circumstantially or scenario wise. And that was just a quick pan that I did up down. And then when I talked to the detective, I gave them the Ring footage, and I gave them that. And it's funny because people say that I'm lying, but it's literally documented, you fucking moron.
It's a police report. Like, you can.
It's literally documented. You should literally. Oh my god. Anyway, so when we got to the hospital, they immediately put my daughter on the table, injected her with all kinds of stuff, fluids and whatnot. I think they induced a coma because, she's going to be swelling up and they don't want her moving and stuff. She was on a feeding tube for a while, but the detective interviewed my son, interviewed my spouse, and then interviewed me, and all separately. Mm-hmm. So I just want to say this. Jacqueline fucking Glenn didn't ask how we were. None of these other people asked how we were. Nobody actually reached out to get any facts. All of them just thought, oh boy, I get to put Google AdSense money on a video and call him a monster, despite the fact that because of his actions, his daughter's life was saved. And what people don't know is my daughter is literally fully autistic. So autistic kids do this. They literally do things like climb up on furniture, jump across gaps between the furniture and the window, pry open the window and push off the screen. That's what you have to deal with. We had people coming to our house and safety checking our house. Everyone cleared it. God damn
And
it.
I will say, some kids, I was that type of kid too, jumping around furniture, and I'm not, so like regular kid, like they'll do that type of shit. They're kids too, like not saying,
It's just infuriating because you have reporters, that fraud reporter who's been stalking us. He literally is acting like, oh yeah, this is all just part of my narrative. See, this guy's a monster. And it's like, you're a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Because take a tragedy with a little girl and try to make that part of your, this is a sinister human being narrative. Thanks for fucking asking how she is, you scumbag. Like literally, this is a little innocent life. But this is an important part. This TikTok thing is driving me fucking crazy. This cowboy hat.
Going wild.
I'm like, and then, by the way,
I think you can turn GIFs off. I think there's a
anyway. So the thing that I miss, and this is the gap that's really important, is what the hell was the toy car and the deep voice? Why did I hear a tone? Because my daughter was nowhere near the garage door. So why did I hear? She was like 4 or 5 feet away. So why was, or maybe 3 feet. She wasn't close enough to touch the garage, make that noise, nothing. So I'm like, what the actual hell was the car noise and the toy car rolling across the garage? And I told the detective this. I was like, I'm mind blown. I have no explanation. This doesn't make sense to me. I heard this noise. I went out. Turns out it was her, but I didn't hear anything but that. So I talked to my family members about it. They're like, oh, that was God. And I'm like, I don't have an explanation. I don't have an explanation for it, but I don't think that was God.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's okay because I was worried about it.
Why that bipolar, correct?
Hang on, wait, I think he froze up.
He's freezing again.
Okay, wait. He's good. All right, we're good. Continue.
But you also struggle from.
Where did you?
I believe it was you vaguely mentioning it on one of your old videos.
You mean self-diagnosing BPD?
I think I remember you.
Did you ever claim to struggle with that, Onision?
I think I mentioned self-diagnosing, but it wasn't bipolar. Okay. And I've talked to I think 6 therapists.
Okay.
And none of them have said anything about BPD or bipolar or anything. None of them think I have that.
Because I do know that leads to just paranoia and a whole bunch of other things. Because I also struggle with that, but I do know how that would feel. I do kind of want to bring up something else, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So I know you have a very in-depth history with Rep Zion.
No, he has a history with me. I try to avoid him.
What?
No, he has a history with me. I try to avoid him.
What? And
Yep, he keeps freezing.
Sorry, you cut out on my end.
Oh, I was just asking about the Rep Zion situation, and was that legal? Did that ever reach a legal standing point?
He conned his audience out of $25,000 or something like that.
Because I do remember he made a video about getting a lawyer, because you mentioned you were going to sue him for defamation, ? Correct?
He said, no, like recent?
I wouldn't. Okay, how recent is recent for you? Because I'm talking like I think it was maybe 2 years back.
You understand that YouTubers have every reason to be dramatic, right?
Mm.
Okay, so
Since we're talking about legal stuff,
Yeah,
I have a serious, not serious, but like honest question. I saw pictures of you when you were in court with like a bulletproof vest on. What was that? What was that?
would you wear a bulletproof vest if you were me?
No,
Honestly,
I
valid.
don't think that's a little overkill. I don't think people want to kill you, Greg.
Okay, so Christina Grimmie didn't get shot.
Yeah, but that's like a horrible thing that happened. How is that related?
How is that related?
What made you feel threatened in the courthouse?
People
Yeah,
threatening
but was it a public jury? What, were you scared of the jury? Were you scared of?
Yeah, I was about to say, was like their fans threatening you or something? Like,
Yeah, there was a bunch of emos with pink and
Thank
purple
you.
hair in there.
hey, don't come at the hair now. Don't come at the hair
But there
now.
were like hella cops in there, so like they're not gonna let people shoot you.
You realize I have to walk up to
And
the
with the
courthouse,
court
right?
thing, don't you have to go through like a metal detector before you actually go inside the courthouse, or is that just in Australia?
How do you get to the courthouse? How do you get to the courthouse?
Instead of doing a bulletproof vest, though, wouldn't hiring
So,
security?
you think I can just drive up to the metal detector?
I mean,
I get what you're saying, but it's coming off wrong.
But don't you think like hiring
Yeah, facts are
security?
annoying.
No,
much
not like
better?
that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm done talking again.
And
You're right, guys. I should have ignored the countless threats against me and just walked up there
No,
naked
I wasn't
chest.
saying that. I'm not like. It's just like the way you're saying
You
it.
guys talking
We're
about
just-
gaslighting. This is
We're
literally
not
gaslighting. This is literally gaslighting. You have a guy who gets threats all the time. He wears protection from those threats, and then you act like
no,
he's
we're just
unreasonable.
wondering why.
I was
We're
I
just
am not
asking.
saying that.
Yeah,
They
I
are.
was
Say it was
just
unreasonable.
asking.
Do you guys understand how dumb drama YouTubers are? Like, to even make an issue of this kind of crap? Like, oh, hey, you were threatened a lot, and you have to walk up to the courthouse where everyone's going to know exactly where you are, when you are, and you want to protect yourself from being shot in the chest repeatedly by some rando psychopath from one of the many hate sites that exist about you? Wow, Onision's so
No,
crazy.
I guess we don't fully understand because we don't have that type of.
No, I
Okay.
understand.
I've never had
but
threats against my life.
Yeah,
What-
so I guess we don't. I didn't view it that way.
Another thing that was also brought up was that the bulletproof vest was on backwards.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It wasn't. The people who say that are completely
Okay.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's what's been brought up.
You gotta understand, the people who are anti-Onision generally have no fucking clue what they're talking about, pretty much ever.
Okay, I have a genuine question. Do you, because obviously there are a lot of people saying that you did a lot of terrible things, right? And when I'm not here to say they're true or not. What I am curious is just on a personal level, is there anything through your whole YouTube career that you genuinely regret doing, or that you actually can say you did something wrong and take accountability for it?
Good one.
Good question.
I regret letting my scumbag viewers into my life as much as I did.
The people that gave you money, scumbag viewers.
They gave you money. They like the people who supported you.
Look at them. The bulk of them
I was one of those. I
completely and
used to be
utterly
a subscriber
bought
on
the-
Patreon. So people
No,
that
literally,
gave
though,
you
like, I
your
used to
hard-earned
love
money
you.
are scumbag people.
I said the bulk.
Okay,
I said the bulk.
but like, it hurts as a fan.
The bulk. The bulk meaning
Or-
the people who are only fans because the algorithm told them to be. Not fans because they saw a genuine human being who they wanted to genuinely support.
Yeah.
The bulk of them are scumbags.
I actually went
Because they
vegan
turned
because
on me
of you.
and then they suddenly supported a bunch of people who had no fucking clue what they're talking about, but because the algorithm prioritized them, because the other lemmings were following the dumbass leaders, then they all flipped too, and they became traitors. Not listening to facts or reason, but rather following whatever the popular trend was. So yeah, my fucking scumbag viewers, I regret being so kind and considerate and loving towards them for so long, because they're actually horrible fucking people. Look at all the things people say about me now. A lot of them say, oh, I used to be a fan. You were never a fucking fan. You were always a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't think he's talking about the like subscribers. I think he's talking about like viewers and like the people who made those videos. Besides that, I know this kind of seems a little short and blunt, Greg. It's just really hard to speak. But
I'm waiting for you to do some kind of like punchline, like gotcha.
no, I mean, I think I'm a little funny, but I'm
said
not
no.
funny. I do want to ask, are you currently still with Kai, or was that long divorced?
Our marriage is
Okay.
unwavering.
I do know that you guys have like a really long, windy history. So I just wanted to see.
Not really whiny. I mean, maybe.
It's a like from the
It
public eye,
seems
because
like
I'm
it
not.
online, but maybe not to you personally.
Yeah, I'm not like your friend. I'm not like I don't know you personally. Like you don't know me personally. So I figured it would be, since I'm in here, just a question I had, and then. Yeah, trying to think of what else I have to ask you.
I do. Sorry. I do have a question though. With people like telling you to like stay off the internet, what encourages you to come back onto the internet?
Yeah,
And what
I am curious about that. Why do you keep coming back?
No. It's not like we're telling you. I'm just genuine, and like if I was in your shoes and had thousands of people telling me to stay away from the internet, I'd stay away from the internet.
Same.
I feel like he's not gonna let people bully him off the internet if it's something he likes and loves. You know.
Didn't he grow up on the internet partially? Like a good chunk of you said you were 17 when you started making videos, Greg, correct?
You guys ever hear of AOL Instant Messenger?
Yes.
I started doing internet. I started during the MySpace era. So, but no, like actual videos. I think the first video I made was when I was 14. Probably.
Okay.
So
Okay. Was she asking about like the full internet or videos? Wait.
Just like in general, like what makes you want to come back onto the internet even though you're in the negative light?
Okay.
So for a person to come back to the internet despite no one wanting them to be there, allegedly, you have to not be so concerned with the opinions of a bunch of people who have no clue what they're talking about. If everybody, like for instance, there are people who are hated for what they are. I'm hated for what I'm not. People love hating me, and they hated me before any of this happened. They just had an excuse. They had a poster person who is actually a felon or a criminal. So, because a felon, I guess, is convicted, and a criminal is just someone who commits crime, whatever. The point is that they chose the biggest scumbag who I kicked out of my life partially for being a criminal as their poster boy. And
Shane?
I started to...
Oh,
no.
Who? I'm confused.
Yeah, wait, I was confused on who we were talking about too. Oh, okay.
Sarah.
Sorry.
Sarah,
Why is she a criminal?
Sarah
What did
is a
she
publicly
do?
self-admitted criminal, openly brags.
Because she
Continue,
smokes
sorry.
weed? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, so Sarah said that her dream job would be to be a serial killer of men.
Whoa.
That's what she said.
Wow.
That's what she said. It was the end of February, and it was early March of 2023. She told Cool Guy Kai on the phone that if a bunch of men started disappearing in Michigan, that was probably her, because her dream job would be to be a serial killer of men. That was
Like
Sarah.
really
saying
bad
that.
men or just men in general?
No, just men.
Guys.
Well, I can't really justify that.
This
Damn,
is
I was
also-
hoping she was
this is
like
also-
really terrible men, and I was gonna be like, well,
Literally, like go after serial killer men, like something like
No, I have it also documented that she literally outright said, "I hate men," earlier in the text. But she also simultaneously was bragging about driving while under the influence repeatedly and slipping away from cops when they weren't looking. And she she said that she had showed up to a guy's house, stood in his lawn, and told him to come out and fight her because he had publicly accused her of giving him an STI. So that's her life since then. She also said that she had snorted can't say it, really bad. She snorted bad stuff while waitressing. She's for some reason telling Cool Guy Kai all of this. and also told Cool Guy Kai that she still wishes that they wound up together. After everything that she's done to us, she's still telling Cool Guy Kai that Cool Guy Kai is the best friend she ever had. And if you look at the stuff she's said since then, it's insane how shitty her continuity is. She's all over the place all the time. And so to get to the point, the reason I come back is because I'm not going to let a disgusting monster continue to destroy one of the few things that was keeping me alive.
Yeah, so you don't feel unwelcome or anxious to go online?
Everyone's wrong. And they think the key ingredient is that, first of all, Cool Guy Kai and I are on the same page with all of this. We saw it. We went through it. Cool Guy Kai was refusing to be with Sarah before I was. And when I say refusing, I mean refusing to allow themselves to be further extorted. The general idea was, okay, well, if I continue to give Sarah what she wants, then maybe you won't have to continue giving Sarah what she wants, and you can kind of just ease off it, and we'll just see how it goes. And that's when Sarah was trying to do this revenge thing because Cool Guy Kai was rejecting her. So then she later on says that she was just using me to get back at Cool Guy Kai for rejecting her. I eventually just rejected her outright. And then guess what? That's when she decided to go public after I had made a video about BPD and people who use certain substances. She thought I was talking about her. I was talking about a number of people I had encountered in my life, but she assumed it was about her. That's when she went public and then said that she wanted to be with me. And that she said all these things. She said she wanted to be with me. She said a bunch of things that were completely vindicating of me, but everybody ignores those live streams and instead they pay attention to the biggest.
Was
Basically,
this-
you're saying
Was
you
this
just get on the
before or
internet to
after?
tell your side.
Sorry, but to reiterate, the reason I came back is because if everyone is wrong about you and they judge you for something that isn't real, and this person literally is powered by her power that she has over you. She literally lives to make men feel small and to dominate them and to prey on them. When I'm realizing not only this, but how horrible their arguments are, how ridiculous their lack of respect for reality and facts and evidence and history, chronology and all that stuff, just seeing how nonsensical they are and how this mob is so brainless and supports them, I'm like, why do I let these idiots control my life and deprive me of what I love to do?
Before?
I was crying laughing the other day or yesterday from a video that I was just adding a caption to. And I was like, I haven't laughed like this in forever. It's because it brings me some sense of relief from otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everyone needs an outlet. I have three things I want to question on what you said. One of them, I think the general of what I've seen, the hate on you isn't just about Sarah. It's about Billy. It's about Shiloh. So it's not just all about Sarah. So I think that's a fact that we should.
Shiloh is even a worse case example for someone who could ever be not pure evil. Like,
he also brought this up earlier.
The amount of documentation against Shiloh, you understand she's like a documented prostitute.
That is a bad thing in your point of view?
It is if you're doing it illegally and you're snorting highly illegal substances and you're bragging about it on your Tumblr.
Complexity of thinking that just because you don't do substances, you're better than people that do, and that's a really weird view to have.
I think that if you're going to talk about the context of law, you should abide by it. If you're going to judge people based on laws, you should abide by it.
I can agree with that, but it just rubs me the wrong way.
Right. So people try to criticize me based on what they suppose this or that law is when they don't seem to acknowledge that the only criminals are Sarah and Shiloh in this context.
So about the Sky thing, was that incident before or after she moved out with you? Was she current?
What Sky
That
thing?
you brought up about her belittling men and talking about all this stuff. Yeah,
Sky?
Sarah.
You mean
My
Sarah?
bad. My apologies.
Okay, because Sky, I didn't recall
No,
belittling men.
Sarah. Was this before or after she moved out with you?
This was after
Moved
she
out
what?
from like your and Kai's place.
She did this as like a, what is she, 24?
I'm not sure.
It was 2023.
I think I'm not too sure. I don't have recollection of that.
So
It was February or March of 2023 that she said
No,
that
I'm
about the men.
asking, was that before or after when she moved out from your place of inhabitance?
She didn't live with us since very, very
Also,
long
speaking
prior.
of her living with you, wasn't Kai like Sarah's like parent for a while, like legally?
You would have to. No, not legally, not at all. No. You would have to talk to Cool Guy Kai about that. I don't know what their arrangement was, but there was no one ever signed anything with a lawyer that said, like, there's no registration, there's no process, there's no nothing that I'm aware of where anyone was made anyone's actual guardian.
Because that's what grossed me out, because I thought Kai was Sarah's legal guardian, and then they got together, and I was like, that's weird.
It was online.
Well, what you have to understand is that
There are
Kogai Kai
tweets.
repeatedly rejected Sarah over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That Kogai Kai was the most disgusted by Sarah.
Kai and Sarah were a thing.
Yes, it fluctuated. I was
right?
horrifically disgusted. I was horrifically disgusted by her when she was not an adult. When she was an adult, I was less disgusted by her for obvious reasons.
Okay.
But Cool Guy Kai seemed to be pretty consistently disgusted by her throughout the whole thing. So it was. For people to say that this person described as the sweetest person by Sarah and sworn to by Sarah that that Cool Guy Kai was the sweetest person, for them to say that that's a bad person is obscene. And to see the trauma that Cool Guy Kai's gone through as a result, having
Do
to basically
you
hold
think potentially
him as he cries,
Kai
that's
had
rough.
some influence?
And then to see the internet make fun of the sweetest person cry is the most sociopathic garbage thing, and hypocritical at that. You guys talk about people being monsters and you're laughing at people crying. It's wild. It's wild, the delusion.
I'm curious, are you in therapy, Craig? Because you mentioned it earlier, and so are you currently in therapy?
I've been to therapy repeatedly. I have techniques to deal with my issues.
Okay, I'm in therapy, so it's not a judge.
One of them's Fortnite.
Okay, cool. It's not a judgment question. I'm in therapy, so I think therapy's awesome. I'm just curious because you mentioned it, so.
Yeah.
Well, a therapist I went to, I only went to once. She had a 1-star rating on Google, but I only found out after. She told me that I needed to be on antidepressants right away, and that I was really messed up as far as like.
Didn't you
sadness
say
goes.
you went to several
So-
therapists?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
one therapist that I went to said that.
And then
Other therapists said other
touching
things.
back on Sky and Kai, because I know they were a thing before you. Not like that. Hold on. They were
Sarah,
in
not
contact.
Sky.
Sarah, my apologies. I keep fucking that up really bad.
You're good. No worries.
So many S's.
I don't know why
Like,
either. I don't know. It's the S's. It just gets me
I don't
fucked
even know
up.
who Sky is.
So that's
That's okay.
yeah. So with Kai and Sarah, because Kai tweeted some stuff back in the day about Sarah.
Yeah, the jokes that Sarah said were jokes.
But let's scoot on a little bit forward. Do you potentially think that before there was that fallout, Kai had some sort of influence on how Sky may have perceived them?
Sarah.
Yes.
Do you watch Family Guy?
Yes.
You know that episode where Meg Griffin ties up Brian?
Yeah.
That's Sarah.
Okay. So you and Kai kind of felt pressured by a minor at the time, or was this after they had freshly turned 18?
No, Sarah, Cool Guy Kai, and myself are all in mutual understanding and agreeance that nothing happened to her when she was a minor. Literally nothing.
So-
Are you still vegan?
I'm a pescatarian. I eat salmon. It's for my brain.
Curious. You're the reason I went vegan in high school, so.
No, literally the same.
Yeah, vegan. Okay, so the hierarchy as far as health goes is vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian. Pescatarian is apparently the most superior diet in the world because of the omegas that are in fish.
Fish is
Allegedly.
supposed to be really good for your brain.
And speaking of pescatarian and whatnot, so someone brought up earlier the wetlands in the back of your property that allegedly you destroyed. What is?
Yeah. Well, no one needs to worry about that. Not only did I pay for many restoration projects for the future for the county, $14,000, but I also hand built a fence to protect the wetlands, and then I planted wetlands. So I'm actually better
Didn't you also kill
than the
some
people who
turtles?
criticize me. The people who criticize me have never contributed $14,000 to the World and Wildlife, whatever the organization was, whatever the entity was, the county. They've never contributed that much money to the county, nor have they hand planted an entire wetland themselves.
And then, yeah, so there's the turtles.
Two? Or
Yeah.
maybe one. I just remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
It's like an encyclopedia of drama.
Yeah.
To be fair, you've been on the internet a long
I
time,
had a
Greg.
turtle.
Yeah.
I had a turtle. Well, what's great is you can tell that someone's being honest with you when they have direct answers and details, and they can, without fear, tell you what happened without having to look at old videos where they said things, because a liar would have to reference old things all the time just to give you a straight answer, whereas I can just tell it to you right off my memory. My memory, and it will match my previous videos, is I had a turtle. He was always in his cage. And so I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I put him in a large plastic container and had him go outside? But the dogs are outside. So my uncle's up on the roof and he's repairing the roof. And I'm like, okay, my uncle's there, it's got the supervision of my uncle who's repairing this roof. And the dogs are out here, but I can't leave the plastic container flipped up because the dogs could flip it over to get to the turtle and kill the turtle. So I'm like, oh, that's easy. I'll just flip the container upside down. It's a large container. And the turtle could just hang out in there on top of the grass. The basking temperature for that turtle was 95 degrees. So I was like, this turtle's going to be fine in the, 78
species
or
of
83
turtle was
degree
it?
weather.
You don't know the species of turtle?
It was just, no, it's a typical pet store
So a
turtle.
red slider?
Or like a box turtle?
Maybe. Maybe. So I had that turtle hanging out there. You can look at the old videos to see what breed it was. Had him hanging out there for a couple hours. I go back, he's dead.
95 degrees is too hot for a red slider. I have 47 exotic animals.
It wasn't 95 degrees out. It was like 82 degrees out. The
The
problem
tub
is
made it
that
hotter.
through science, the heat of the sun hit the container and rapidly heated the interior. Thus, the turtle did not survive.
Just a question. How are your dogs going? I vaguely remember you feeding them a vegan dog food diet.
No, that was a very short trial period, and it didn't work. And I fed them potatoes and salmon from that point on. What are they called? Sweet potatoes and salmon.
Okay. And then there are a few comments here that, because I also remember this, the tax fraud allegations. What is that?
Oh, yeah, the IRS.
Oh, you mean the $500,000 I had to pay them?
So was it
But isn't that legally
evasion?
like breaking the law, and you're so against
Yeah.
breaking the law? So like, isn't
No, we had disagreements about what was a deduction.
okay? But like, you should know for your job what's a deduction or not. I feel like you probably.
No, I stand by it. I stand by my deductions. All my deductions were completely and utterly valid. But
Apparently
on
not
that
to the
issue, I'd like to
IRS.
just say, you should talk to the IRS sometime. They're interesting
I don't like the
individuals.
IRS.
I have
Or you either.
I have a professional do all my taxes now. A professional does all my taxes now. And they've been doing my taxes for many, many years now. But that's resolved. I paid off the IRS.
Okay.
This may be a touchy subject, and let me know if it is, but I've been reading the comments. I'm trying to word this so I don't get banned on here. What do you think? Do you have a statement against the pedophile allegations?
That's against who is the question, because Sarah stated openly that even after she was an adult, we rejected her. So what's that?
What about Sky? I know I keep bringing her up. What about Sky?
Because I feel like at the end of the day,
We were
if
the
there's
same
so
age
many
almost.
women accusing you of being a bad person, not every single one of them can be wrong. There's Sky, there's Billy, there's Sarah, there's Shiloh.
That's literally not true. That's literally not true. Have you ever heard of a bandwagon?
Okay, well, I mean, you could do semantics all day, but there's 4 people that say you're an abuser, so.
It's not
There is
semantics. It's a
proof.
human tendency. When people jumped, did you hear about how the gaggle fell apart, where they were all cheering each other on, and then they realized that they were terrible people and they all hated
I
each
mean,
other?
you could put up semantics every day of a story that fits your narrative.
That's not semantics. I'm asking you a question.
Okay, no, I don't know that
Did you-
story. I mean, what's it pertaining to?
So they all got together. Sarah, a lady I used to collaborate with, Jessica, Sky, Regina, who I don't even know, is a stranger to me. Billy and all the other people, they were having a Discord, according to what I was told, and they quickly realized they hated each other, and then they started attacking each other on Twitter. So when you say that, my comment on that was I rejected. Oh man, they hate Shiloh, dude.
Okay, so your narrative is that everyone hates each other.
The speed in
so
which
you
they
are
turned on
always the
each
person
other
on the
was
right.
so. Well, who's the guy who has all the matching stories and not needing to look at any of the facts like that to recite? You know, I don't need a script. I don't need to recite things. I don't need heavy
You can
editing. I'm
memorize
here
a lie
live
if
telling you.
memorize it enough. That's not a justification.
No, I think it was Abraham Lincoln or Einstein that said, "There's no one intelligent enough to keep up a lie. No one."
Okay.
It's literally impossible to keep a story consistent for this many years and this much detail on the spot. People have this philosophy that I'm the biggest moron and the greatest genius. I really wish they'd make up
I
their
don't think
mind.
anyone is calling you a
Because
genius, Greg.
They say I'm an incompetent idiot and I'm a master
Bug
genius
is
manipulator or something
requesting
like
to
that.
be let in, and I would also like to touch on a lot of the things that are being brought up in the comments have been addressed earlier.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, Zach. But you kind of steered off from my question. Like, what about the videos where you would rate underage girls' bodies?
That's he.
Oh man, we more than.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad.
thoroughly.
I do remember that, and I wasn't here. My bad. My apologies. It is
Yeah,
12 a.m. for me.
it's there's so much patience with a man who's being attacked by the internet, and there are so many questions he can be asked multiple times before.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Sorry, I do realize, and I've been here when he did say that it is 12 a.m.
Yeah.
for me, so I am pretty tired and delirious.
Do you like Rocco's Modern Life?
Wait, what?
Do you like Rocco's Modern
I
Life?
don't know who that is or what that is.
Oh my god. Someone laughed.
I used to watch that show.
And then
Do you get the reference?
someone did bring up in the comments about specifically the fat shaming. So we went over the underage.
Oh yeah, this is what I want to get into because
So-
someone who's plus size.
Dude, this is like a comedy sketch of just like dude who had stuff that was funny back then but isn't funny now faces all the outcome of his jokes.
Yeah, because just because you made it back then and they were socially accepted doesn't mean they were funny or morally right back then.
Have you seen Twitter?
Yeah, and have you seen the
Today?
people getting canceled and losing their careers for it?
Not to be
Yeah,
shitty or anything.
but like Twitter, like the humor is still alive and well. The
Could you
savage
ever
humor.
consider potentially posting
is. Twitter's
that
awful.
these things weren't funny, they were insensitive, and what you did was wrong? Has it crossed your mind that you could have potentially made a taking accountability video?
Oh god, you know how lame that would be if I took accountability for
But
jokes.
it was a joke that you made, Greg, you know, and you said it wasn't funny now, but it was funny then.
What wasn't funny now?
What I'm quoting what you said. So I'm going to kind of break it down. Now, you know, like racism, fat phobia, that doesn't really slide at all. And I'm not sure.
Racism?
Yeah, I'm bringing that up as a general guideline. You know, you don't really joke about those things.
You
And
didn't make racist.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk about people who had bad humor, did you see that video of Shane Dawson and his little cousin? That was horrifying.
yeah,
His
but
Shanini
I
is
would like
horrifying.
to talk about kind of what you're on.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk about
Why do you always
things that people
deflect
should
to somebody
apologize for,
else?
it's involving.
Especially to Shane.
It's an. Let me finish. You got to talk about things that involve real problems bigger than people just not being able to take a joke. Because offensive humor is offensive humor. Like look at Family Guy, look at Dave Chappelle, look at all these people, right? You could say Family Guy's a show. No, it's Seth MacFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Family Guy is. You don't see Seth MacFarlane going, "Oh God, so sorry."
Well, Shane, if we're gonna kind of touch on this, he made an accountability video and then disappeared from the internet. He took the accountability and left because he knew what he did was wrong.
Just like Jenna did.
Yeah, Jenna made a racist joke. She left. She took accountability. There's these accountability videos. You like, personally, if I were in your shoes, I would take accountability.
Oh God.
And I would dip off, or I would take a completely different approach to this. I don't know how to explain this.
literally, this is my official statement. Fuck you guys. Like, if you guys don't like jokes and you're gonna be pussies, then be pussies and don't like
I mean,
jokes.
I just don't understand why you think it's lame to take accountability.
Yeah. Also, it's 2024.
Take accountability for what? For telling jokes? Like, that is the lamest garbage.
But
Have you
you
ever worked a regular 9 to 5, Greg? Like fast food, waitressing?
Yeah, I served this country.
Well, I know you were military, but I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're working 9
Weren't
to 5.
you discharged
I served
because
overseas
you hurt
in Korea.
something? What did you hurt, or was
No,
it
because you
was it
wouldn't
your
hurt something.
mental check, or it was you were discharged? You were only in for a year and a half, Greg.
No, I wasn't in for a year and a half. I was in for 3.5 years. You guys don't know shit. Is this embarrassing for you? You literally don't know
I've
fucking
worked
shit.
for years, Greg.
I'm not embarrassed.
Huh? You should be, because you keep saying things like, "Hey, this is what your life is," and then you literally
This
don't actually
is
fucking know
a
that.
clarification. You're on live clarifying, are you not?
But you just said that I served for 1.5 years, as if it
And
was a
then
matter
you-
of fact. How fucking stupid!
Many
How
people
fucking
who
stupid
work
do you
in
have
the
to be to be
military
like,
for
"This
three
is
and a half
what you
years
did."
and have other regular
This
jobs.
is how you form a. This is how you form a question. This is how you form a question. Hey, person who served our country, how long was your service?
I mean,
That's how you do it. You don't say, "Hey,
they did fix
you
themselves
served
up
for this
after
long."
saying that.
Period.
They did apologize for getting that wrong.
Well, you don't tell people what they did or didn't do. They know what
I
they did or
didn't
didn't
say what you did. I asked it in a tone. All right, let's rewind.
Have you ever worked a
That
9 to
wasn't me.
5? I'm so much better
I
than you.
don't think I'm better than you, Greg. I'm curious if you've ever worked a 9 to 5.
Then why the fuck did you phrase it
No,
like
because
that?
I'm just
Like, have
curious.
you ever
If
had
you
a-
ever have, I've never seen you talk about it, so I'm curious.
Yeah, let's.
Why would I talk about my current job if I like you guys just like I literally said that I worked at McDonald's and the local McDonald's got bombed
I've
with
never heard that, so I
harassment.
didn't know that.
Well, it's my life, so I definitely
Someone
heard it.
said you made a video mocking victims of a national tragedy because of their religion. Was that 9/11 by chance?
Oh right, yeah, no, let me tell you about that. That was you know how they call a disaster an act of God?
Yeah.
Texas got hit with a flood, and I was like, looks like the religion's not working for them. Something like that.
All right. They are still requesting.
I don't. It's so bizarre. I will never ever see eye to eye with people who don't want to accept jokes, like Family Guy level jokes. If you saw a montage of all the horrendous jokes Family Guy made, and just the idea of Family Guy ever apologizing to their viewers for offending them makes me want to puke.
I can accept harmful jokes. They just have to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
That's
went
so
too far
stupid
with
because
them,
humor's
though.
subjective. So if a Karen doesn't find a hilarious joke funny, then now it's not valid.
No,
Fuck
the
Karen.
majority, not just one person.
So
I
let's
completely
say you
disagree
made a
with that.
joke and against a minority group, you still think it's funny, and you still think they're all Karens for finding that offensive. Which you did make a joke
You know,
about that, by the way.
I think that's up to the individual to take responsibility for. I don't like partaking in racist jokes.
Okay.
Personally, I'll make jokes about race. I don't like the idea of making outright racist jokes that like belittle.
South Park did address their offensive jokes.
Mm.
Yeah, but so if they did do that, are their episodes still up? Are they still
Yeah,
running?
I'm not explaining that you should
Yeah,
delete
so what's the apology?
anything, because it's good to have that on the internet, Greg, but I'm just saying an accountability
It would be a hollow apology.
It would be disingenuous to feel bad about the things you did to people, correct?
You're telling me to feel bad about things that aren't bad. It's not bad to have offensive humor.
So humor is, of course, as you were saying, subjective. So commenting about how fat someone is or something that they can't really like change, immediately is funny, correct? Can I get a confirmation or a denial?
You're asking for a black and white world.
Yeah, if we're gonna, in the way that you're formatting things.
I'm not gonna say every fat joke ever told is funny and every other, that's insane. No. I'm not gonna say whether or not one joke is or isn't funny.
Someone just said, the thing is, oh, sorry, I just lost the comment, but you just keep referring back to Family Guy and taking the limelight off you, which is kind of weird.
It's so you can understand how stupid your attack on humor is.
Okay. All right.
it's like, oh, Family Guy can do it because it's Seth MacFarlane. You can't do it because you're Onision. That's fucking stupid.
Okay. All right.
Have you ever been told you have
Dude, if I told
narcissistic
all the same jokes
personalities by
Family
a
Guy did,
therapist?
if I told all the same jokes Family Guy and South Park did, we'd be talking about a lot more.
To a degree, based off of your last videos, not last, but some of your old videos referring to yourself as a godlike creation, do you think you potentially view yourself as narcissistic?
Has a therapist ever brought that up to you?
You think that's real?
Well,
you think that's real?
I'm asking.
You think that's real?
You claiming that you see yourself as God?
Well, you put it onto the internet, so why are we to believe that's not real?
Assume that you have a godlike complex.
So when a comedian made a joke, you think that's real?
There's always truth
that
in a
they
little
actually
bit of
think
comedy.
they are.
There's always a little truth to it.
You think somebody thinks that they are the creator of all things?
From the way that you're never taking accountability, yeah, a little bit.
And you seem pretty genuine in that video.
Really?
Yeah.
I created you guys?
You have a
I didn't know
godlike
that.
sense of personality, a godlike ego. You think you're
godlike
better than
complex.
anything and everyone.
No, it's just because you guys have no concept of humor and jokes and it's not your cup of tea, doesn't mean all of it's real. And
Do
so
you
If it
view
was one or two
yourself?
people, then possibly, but there's multiple, hundreds of people that do not agree with that. So at what point of the day does the majority not agreeing with your comedy?
millions of people backed a certain HITLER. Numbers don't mean anything.
What does that even have to do with what we're talking about?
Because you mentioned numbers. You're like, well, lots of people feel this way. Lots of people are horrifying. That doesn't, just because horrifying people get together doesn't make it valid.
Well, at the end of the day,
You're
you
trying to
showed
use,
textbooks
numbers to
narcissism
validate.
signs in 2009 wants its hair cut back.
When do you get your PhD?
Are we expecting a clear up video anytime soon though, even though you think it's quote unquote lame?
What am I clearing up?
Everything that you did in the past though.
Okay, go to onision.com/framed and I clear things up rather well.
Oh, he's a textbook narcissist. He gets angry. Yeah, a lot of people have noticed that you've been getting pretty agitated and on edge during this live when us three have been asking you questions.
Like when a bunch of people accuse you of things that are completely nonsense, imagine not being angry by that.
I don't think we were accusing. I don't. Do you think that's like? I think we were questioning more like questioning.
We're not accusing you. We're just accusing you.
For me, I think I come at a standpoint of curiosity.
Let's call him a narcissist and accuse him of disgusting ass shit and see if he's not upset.
I've been accused.
How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? And then you say, oh, you need to apologize for making jokes about people, but we're going to call you a textbook narcissist and we're going to say a bunch of heinous, disgusting shit about you. And when you find it gross and it doesn't make you happy, we're going to gaslight you further. All of us non-PhDs are going to totally fucking diagnose you because we are the dumbest motherfucking people. None of you, people who have never gone to a PhD level school, diagnosing people is inherently fucking stupid.
PhD for it?
I'm not the one diagnosing people.
You've diagnosed yourself multiple times in your old videos and stuff, but...
And I was wrong. I was wrong. You hear that? That's me taking accountability. I was wrong for diagnosing myself, which I'm pretty sure I probably would have said in the video. Like, hey guys, I'm not a doctor, but this is what I found online. I'm actually quite elaborate in a lot of the videos I make, if anyone had bothered to fucking watch them.
I watched them. Greg, I know you don't inherently know me, and I keep saying that, but so I used to be relatively popular in the cosplay community.
So, what was your biggest cosplay?
Dobby. That's my
Dobby from.
I wish. I wish I'd look really good as him, but I have been in the hot seat before. With people getting pissed off.
Hey, what's up, Ruby?
Hey, Ruby.
Why were you in the hot seat?
I was in the hot seat because I used to make videos on people as well.
What people?
Just a bunch of people like Haru, Snow. I've made videos on people. I used to be super... So I understand...
I don't know who those are.
I understand where you're coming from with this frustration, this rage. I get it, especially when...
It's not rage. Dude, rage is a totally different look for me. Frustration is 100% this.
Okay.
Okay, so one time, let me tell you a story real quick if you're cool. Are you cool with me telling you a story?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, go ahead. Do it.
Okay, so Shiloh, when I tried to call the police on her, after she had threatened to frame me and make it look like I had terminated a life, when I went to call the police, she slapped the phone out of my hand. And when I tried to pick it up, she wrapped her arms around me. She was 170 pounds, 5'0", I think, maybe shorter, I don't know. And I was 170 pounds, but 5'11". So she has the center of gravity on me. She's saying that she wished, because she was like, basically, when she slapped it out of my hand, she was acting like I should respond to aggression with aggression. I refused to respond with aggression. And she was saying that she wished I would strike her. And I refused, and I said, I can't do that. And so she's wrapping her arms around me, and I'm horrifically physically constrained. And I keep saying, yo, you need to let go of me. I need to call the police. And she's not letting me. And I just thought that was something that was really funny because it's like the amount of abuse that a cis white male can go through and have nobody care is... If I had done that, if someone had tried to call the cops and I slapped the phone out of their hand and then bear hugged them so they couldn't move. But when I talk about, I say all this because when you say, I know you're frustrated, I was frustrated then. And my response, instead of turning to rage, was starting to giggle hysterically and have like this giggle attack because I couldn't do anything else. I had no power around Shiloh. So I just think it's funny how, like, so much of this I initially found funny. That's why I did all those fake meltdown videos, because I thought it was so funny in the beginning that people were misrepresenting me to like a straight up Mandela effect degree. Like it was just Bizarro World, another universe, how badly people were representing me. But that Bizarro World just kept going and going and going. And eventually it wasn't so funny anymore because it was like turning into people showing up and just being crazy. And so I was just like, it's been a wild ride ever since. It's been insane dealing with delusional person after delusional person who is so, like a cult, sworn to this one mentality that me being evil is God. And they can't
All right.
accept any other
I am
reality.
gonna say my one last thing before I go. You have done nothing but deflect and just curve off, and you talk so much that nobody can remember what they're trying to tell you. And I understand what you're getting at with this, but like with Shiloh, you've recorded so many 911 calls. Like there's so much proof of you on the internet just saying that these nasty things about, like when your daughter was in the hospital, dude, like you were posting about these
Okay,
fantasies.
you're jumping around. If you want to say things,
No,
go
I'm
point
not.
by point.
No,
You can't just
I'm
like
jumping
drop a
around
bunch.
because the
Like, you
internet
did
is the
this,
way
and
it
this,
is.
and I'm out. You know, it's point by point. You talk about deflecting. We go point by point. I address each point,
But you
and we
keep
move on.
doing these.
No, but
No,
you're just throwing a bunch of
I'm not
wild
throwing
claims
wild
out there with
claims
no
out when
They're
there's
opportunity to
not
actually
wild
actual
claims at
fucking.
If
all.
you actually want
They're
a
like heavily
conversation,
documented things
you
on
need to
the
go
internet.
It's
point by
so.
point.
And you recorded a 911 call, Greg.
Do you know what point by
Didn't you
point
record one of
means?
your exes having a seizure instead of calling 911?
That was like probably the second or third episode. It wound up being fake, which is why I didn't call, because I felt like it wasn't something that was concerning, and that to that degree. She had initially faked, one or two. I was used to her episodes. She typically had them right after we had an argument or something. Again, this is the woman who physically restrained me, slapped the phone out of my hand when I was calling 911. These are things that people
People
don't
in the
like to
chat are
acknowledge at
saying
all.
reactive abuse.
Hold on, I'm still talking, please. So when she faked that seizure, which apparently I was told on Tumblr, she later on stated that it was fake, and that she was doing it to mess with my head. But if you watch the video and you think, oh, could this person be acting? The sequence of events is disturbing. Like, it's really obvious, and only a moron like I would have fallen for it. So like a lot of people, they for some reason felt like this was legitimate when she's like, I want to make a rainbow or whatever. And when she's doing this weird pouty thing, like I was educated the other day, someone was talking to me about it and they're like, did you really think that was real? And I'm like, at the time I was stupid enough to think that was real. Yeah. But like, it was something that she did. It was like a fit or an episode, like pretending you lost 3 years of your memory and then magically getting it back. How did any of us fall for that? Or doing the I want to make a rainbow thing.
You made a
What
whole
was that?
video
That
about
made
that.
no
Like,
sense.
it's crazy because I remember watching that, like the whole like Shiloh forgot me video when I was like 13 or
It was
something.
a joke. Like, it's ridiculous. It's literally pathetic how stupid I was back then. I would literally just fall for everything. Like, I literally made a whole video about how if you think about women in any way except for completely professional, you're cheating on your significant other. That was like literal video that I made. And that was because Shiloh was convincing me that every single thought that I had, like if I ever, like, you know that Shiva from Mortal Kombat, the woman with four arms? She tried to make me feel bad for thinking that woman was semi-attractive. Like, that was one of the things, like, we were in the theater of Transformers 2. It was the scene where you have a college person. It was a college woman. She's hanging out with Witwicky, the main character, and she walks in panties. Shiloh says, we have to leave. She's threatening to leave the theater because this woman on screen, she was obsessed with this idea that I was attracted to this college girlfriend of Witwicky's. And I'm like, dude, I'm not leaving this theater. I want to watch Transformers. And she's insisting we leave. No, I was silently sitting in the theater. You see these tattoos, Remember Love? I got these because I was thinking about big, women, big-chested women. Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I shared it with her, and she was insecure. I was like, oh yeah, I was just thinking. She's like, do you think about people or something like that? Some variation of this conversation. I was telling her that yes, I do think about the anime women, right? I think anime women are attractive. And so she's like throwing down, having a total fit. And I say, okay, well, I'll literally tattoo Remember Love on my wrists as a symbol of my dedication to you. I won't put your name on my body anywhere because putting names on your body is crazy, but I'll do that. And then later on, she surprised me with a tattoo of a name on her neck, which was horrifying to me.
Don't you?
Really disturbing.
Yeah, don't you have a history?
The point is that that insecurity, it's a lot of really creepy, controlling stuff. But how do we get to that point? What
I
spurred that
think it was
topic?
one of Ruby's questions, but don't you have a history of cheating on your partners?
Not really. Okay, so let's define. We need to understand what we're talking about. So, what do you think?
I was just
Have you
reading.
ever cheated?
What is it Shiloh cheating? Like, because Shiloh cheating is even thinking about a woman. That's
Have
not
you
your partner.
like
Is that cheating?
had like relations outside of your relationships? Like, have you like cheated like by like a normal person's definition of cheating?
A normal person's definition of cheating is sleeping with someone
Yeah,
with your
like
partner not knowing
kissing or like
and not
having an
approving.
emotional relationship like over online or something.
Emotional relationships are my forte. I have emotional relationships with
That's still cheating.
friends.
Like emotional, like
Yeah.
it's still cheating.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if your partner wasn't
Okay.
comfortable with you having like a close like I don't know, romantic type of relationship outside of the relationship.
This is me taking accountability, you guys. I'm an emotional
Okay,
cheater.
probably blame
Well,
them.
that's good. At least you're taking responsibility for something.
I'm taking accountability, you guys. I'm an emotional
Nothing
cheater.
else though. None of the
I emotionally
other.
cheat.
None of the biggest
Because
stuff.
I'm not
but
wrong
okay.
about any of the other things. I'm not wrong. You see how I know I'm wrong about emotionally cheating, and so I straight up say it right away?
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of issues that I have admitted to being imperfect about. But like, I mean, you guys literally, this is your guys' position, and one could argue this is the narcissism. You guys think that your way is the only way. You think that there's no possible way that I could be anything but what you think, despite the fact that I'm the only one who actually knows. I'm literally the
your
only guy who
victims
knows
know.
all of it.
I just think you have a godlike complex, though.
You say you're victims.
A
What
lot
the
of people
fuck are you talking
there's
about?
people that are accusing
I
you
just
of
explained
stuff.
to you. I just explained to you how a woman slapped the phone out of my hand
Yes,
when I
you
was
can be
dialing
an abuser
911
and
and
be a
physically
victim at the same
restrained
time.
me.
Those
And
things
then you're like,
aren't
"Well,
mutually
you're a victim."
exclusive.
What is it? Because I'm white? Is it because I'm cis? Is it because I'm
No,
male?
like I'm
what
saying
is
this
it
as someone
that
who
makes
used to
me
watch your videos and
like, does she have to shoot me in the face for you guys to call me a victim? What does she have to do?
well, a lot of people in the chat are saying reactive abuse.
You have this men can't be victims nonsense, which is just
Why do you pull a
disgusting.
race card and everything?
Yeah, what does it matter if you're
Why
cis and
are
white?
you being so ageist and sexist and
You
potentially
shaved her head
racist?
completely and embarrassed her on the internet.
She literally said that I should do that.
What? I forgot about that. Stop.
She literally said that I should do that.
That doesn't mean you should. Like, there's a
Was
lot
she
of
in a
stuff
good
that you
mindset,
put
What
on
the
it.
hell
That
are
was a
you?
lot.
Okay, so now
I'll
I'm
say that.
responsible. I'm responsible for an adult telling me that they're cool with me shaving their head. I'm responsible with them maybe not being happy with it 10
Okay,
years
but
later.
she could have been in a terrible mindset. Like,
Adults are responsible for their own decisions.
not when they're in a horrible mental health state, though. They're delirious.
Yes. No one, you guys have this constant idea that like literally no one can be guilty of anything except for me.
That's
And
not
that's fucking
like
insane.
true. Like, no one is saying that.
That
like
is
your
like
experience.
so true because that's your narrative this whole fucking conversation. Jesus Christ. Like you wonder why like white cis males are the leading self-life enders. Like you guys have no sympathy for the people who have the highest rate of self-ending their life. Why do you think that is? It's because you literally give them no compassion. You talk about all this privilege that they supposedly had, yet you blame them for all your problems and you take no accountability for your own problems. It's actually nuts. Like literally, I mean, I've gone point by point and they're like, all you've done is deflect. It's like, actually, all I've done is dropped a number of facts and you refuse to receive any of them. Like you refuse to process anything I'm saying and love just sticking to this, like almost like you're being paid or like it's your religion to hate me. And like, you just can't process anything else. It's like Trump trying to talk to Democrats or Democrats.
Can't believe I actually got up here.
Republicans.
I was in the request for
life
like a
is what it
long ass time is why I was surprised.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is.
What are you doing this live for?
So, There doesn't have to be a reason.
I was just wondering if you like were having like a prompt or anything, or if you're just up here to be up here. Yeah, because usually people on TikTok, whenever they go on live, they have a prompt. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Oh, right, like the rewards
Something
program?
like that, or they just like have something on the green screen background that like will start a conversation or a debate.
Yeah. What compelled you to actually want to be on?
I just find it very fascinating the way that you act. Yeah, exactly. The eye roll. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I like imagine being an expert on a subject and everyone who's not an expert on it, who watched a few YouTube videos, they think they know more about it than you do.
Though?
What have we been discussing this entire time?
A predator.
Being a what? Ugh. You guys are like brainwashed. It's
I'm
actually fucking
not.
disgusting.
I'm 27.
Am I able to be heard?
I'm actually not brainwashed. I think she was about to say her age. She was like 20 something. She's like, I'm not brainwashed. I'm 20 something. It's like, do you realize that most cult members are in their mid 30s?
Hey, Onision.
Hi.
Am I insane? That's a good question. I have a couple questions for you, actually, because I've been taking notes. I've been here for like 3 fucking hours, so.
Right. Well, it seems kind of like everyone lines up to punch Onision like a fucking punching bag.
No. I'm just here to hear you out, dude. Because I've been a fan of you since dude. I was like 13, so I still use your ew and emo fag to this day. So,
I'd rather you
sorry.
not.
My fault. I can say that I'm a gay man. Anyways, I just have like one big question.
Yeah, but I don't think you can though, because like technically I'm married to a trans guy.
I am a trans man. So, anyways, I have one big question. One huge question, right? What is with you just not being able to say sorry to things? Like it's that's like the one big thing of
Pause real quick. Pause real quick. If somebody said that you did 9/11, would you apologize?
Yeah, but nobody said you did 9/11. People are like saying things that you actually did.
Do you understand the context? Do you understand the context? The context is there's no way you could have done 9/11, but everyone wants you to apologize for it. And then they act like you're a narcissist because you won't say that you did 9/11. And you're like, why are these people crazy? I obviously didn't do 9/11, but they're like, oh, wow, look at this narcissist getting so defensive because they don't want to admit that they did 9/11. You're like, why are you people crazy? I didn't do this. And they're like, oh, well, that's just because you don't want to take accountability. You're like, I wasn't there on 9/11. They're like, that's not what this YouTube blogger said. And you're just like sitting here going, am I surrounded by like stupid, crazy, evil, or all of the above people?
Yeah, but the thing is some of the, like, for example, like the jokes that, like, that was one of the big ones. I was like the fat phobic jokes and everything.
I'm going to tell more offensive jokes.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't tell offensive jokes, but you kind of created a community that is like LGBTQ friendly, kind of liberal, that type of space. And then you're surprised when people are like, offended by offensive jokes, No, you created that community.
All of Bro is not that community that you just described.
Buddy, everybody I talk to in real life is like, that was a fan of you at the time, because also one of my friends was in your video. They were gay, liberal, Democrats, and you have pushed democracy, everything. Like, I don't understand why you're so surprised that people are offended by your you're comparing it to somebody saying you did terrorism, dude. No, people are just saying you just need to take accountability for the shitty jokes you made. I don't.
Which joke? Can you think of a single?
You've called a black girl's hair nappy, for one.
Okay. Here's pause that though. I have a really good response for that. People took. Imagine I made a video about white girls' hair, and I said some white girls' hair was bad and some white girls' hair was good. What people did is they took only the negative comments that I made in that video, and then they acted like it was some race thing. When you see the original video, I remember going out of my way to compliment one and not the other, compliment this one, not the other, to be balanced. but people only took the negative stuff. And to say that I can't be balanced with all races is racist. If I can't treat other races the same as our own race and be honest with them, that's racist. And so people are asking me to apologize for not being racist.
But you are a white guy calling a black girl's natural hair nappy. Like, do you not see the problem in that, dude? Like, I don't care. I don't care about the fact that you called white people's hair nice, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm telling you is you are a white man calling a black woman's hair nappy because it's natural and she didn't have it done. Like, I feel like you're missing the point, and that's racist.
No,
that's the joke.
There was another person there was actually multiple people who had natural hair and it wasn't done that looked good.
Oh, okay. You using the term nappy is the racist term. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't recall using that. It's possible I could have, but I don't recall using that.
Okay, next joke. Fat phobia. You have pushed for years fat phobic jokes. Like, and you can sit there and claim that they're jokes, but when you have done it for years, I don't think it's a joke anymore when you sit there and you tell 15-year-old girls that they're fat. Like, and that they need to like go do something. Like, I don't think that's, I don't think that's an offensive joke. I think
so
that's
you're talking about videos that were made. You're talking about videos that were made what, 9 years ago?
Yeah. Okay.
Probably?
Sure. But you are now on live again.
And you're talking about videos that you don't really know of literal specific examples. But I'm supposed to feel remorseful for telling jokes.
Okay. Do you want an actual example? Do you want a real example that you should apologize for? My 15-year-old friend that was in your video that posted her weird fucking body thing. Like, it was supposed to be a weird body part you had that you told people to post, and she posted her tongue, and you made a weird sexual fucking joke about a 15-year-old girl who, by the way, in the picture, had her school uniform on. Like high school. It said it right there on her thing. So you made a joke about how long her tongue was and how good that would feel to a man. And she was 15. And she had her high school uniform on. I'm not joking.
I sincerely doubt that. And also,
I was right there.
Jokes are jokes. But let's do a moment of acknowledgement here, okay? Someone saying that, if someone knew that someone was of that age or whatever, like literally it's a picture of a tongue.
You think college kids wear high school uniforms? Like uniforms to school?
Who's studying the
Because
uniform?
she had a high school uniform in the picture. Like, she was her full face.
Oh my God, I don't memorize uniforms.
You are still not taking accountability. That's what I'm trying to like push.
I'm talking to you right now. First of all, this is an example that I have no proof even existed. I don't know where it is. But obviously that's inappropriate, and obviously I wouldn't want to do that. That's obviously gross, and cringy, and horrible.
So you're taking accountability. Like, say the words "I'm."
Gross. Okay. Cringy and horrible.
So you're taking accountability. Like, say the words "I'm sorry."
You can post content here if you're an adult and if the content is YouTube appropriate. You guys then, whoever you are, posted content that was like, there's plenty of people who are obviously adults in the videos. Plenty. Okay. Nobody talks about, all the people who are obviously adults. What they talk about are maybe random people who lied. Like random assholes who fucking lied or were just generally dishonest, degenerate assholes. And then they're saying, hey, look at all these degenerate assholes. They lied to you about this and they disregarded the board rules. And it's literally like, are you going to go to Twitter and you're going to hold Elon Musk accountable? It's like, I think it's called Section 230. Are you going to hold the platform responsible for people lying? And if your idea is like, yes, you have to hold people who didn't lie responsible for the people who did lie, even though all the content in question was for adults, supposed to be by adults and have appropriate content for all audiences. That's YouTube appropriate. And if you talk about, hey, this person makes a lot of offensive jokes and whatnot, of course they're going to make offensive jokes. That's what they do. So, is that Bug? That was the person who I was supposed to talk to this whole time? They seem really triggered. They seem very, very upset, unhinged. I mean, I know they have strong feelings about the issue. And I made a concession. If something ever inappropriate has happened, obviously I'm disgusted and don't want anything to do with that. Because that's insane to want inappropriate things to happen. Fuck that.
Hello.
Hi, are you here to attack me too?
No, I really am kind of just here to mediate, I guess. But I mean, if that's not what you want, that's fine. But I do want to say I have been watching you for a very long time, and I feel like, longer than I should with the whole canceling thing. And I'm not against dark humor or anything like that. But it is frustrating to see the arguments that are going on between you and the people in this live. And I don't know, no one's really here to be like, hey, chill out a second, like, let's actually talk about this.
Well, no one's here to be like, oh, here we are seeing eye to eye. Everyone is coming to say you're wrong, I'm right, and there's no other way around this. And it's like if you're not here to have an actual discussion, like you're just here to like punch someone while they're down, why would I want to talk to you? Like,
See, that's the thing, like, I don't
this
think
is like
that
a gang. Like this is 1.8 thousand gang members ganging up on someone to tell them that they're a terrible person, and that's all they want. They just want to tell someone that they're terrible. They don't actually want to see the humanity among everything and see that this person has always been an ally of what's good and simply just did not perceive people as constantly being frauds to them, allegedly. And it's like, what are you supposed to do when you say you have to be adults and you have to post appropriate content only? What are you supposed to fucking do when people, lie to you and then blame you for their lies?
I mean, this is what I was thinking regarding that situation. If I really couldn't control underage girls like getting into my content, then I would probably just stop doing the content because it's more incriminating for. Huh?
You understand that I was stressing it very, very heavily over and over again. Adults only. This has to be appropriate for all audiences. When at some point I just got bored of the content and moved on, and that was great because there's plenty of content to do, but it's like it's something that people loved and that a bunch of lying assholes ruined. Because if everybody just did what I asked them to do, there would be nothing wrong with it.
Yes, I know, but the fact is that you really could not control that. So you continuing to create content that underage girls just happen to get into, it's more of a wrong look on you than it is on them. And I feel like
you're preaching to the choir on I should have never allowed those fucking scumbags anywhere near my life. Because if they're gonna lie about the content that they submit, then fuck them. Like literally, you don't get to be a part of my video. You don't get to associate me with me whatsoever because you're lying. You're a liar. You're a fraud, and you're submitting content fraudulently to someone, and then you're blaming them for the content that you submitted under a lie.
Oh, so yeah, that's all true, but they're also underage, and you as the adult in that situation, shouldn't you know
the videos
better?
are not being made. You do understand that, right?
Yes,
There's
I know. I know,
okay,
they're old.
so what's the issue? The videos
because this is just the time where you could take accountability for that. Like, yes, I should have stopped earlier.
No, I literally just did. I said people were fucking horrible. They were lying to me. They were obviously frauds, and I didn't make videos anymore.
Yeah, they're not the best person, but they're also children.
Bro, like, preaching to the choir. I wanted nothing to do with them. That's why I had so many fucking disclaimers. Disclaimer after disclaimer after disclaimer. Do not submit if you're not an adult. Appropriate content only. YouTube appropriate. God damn, why does no one understand this? Can you just say for me, dude, I realize you told these fucking scumbags to not submit content. They submitted it anyway, and you shouldn't be blamed for that because you repeatedly fucking said, don't do it. Like, well, if I told everybody, let's flip this. If I told everybody, hey guys, submit bad content, you guys would hold me 100% accountable for that. But if I say don't submit the content, you still hold me accountable for it.
I don't know what you mean by
it's a fucking double-edged sword, man. You guys blame me no matter what. If I do everything right, you fucking blame me. I discontinued the videos. I told them 18 plus only. I told them appropriate content for YouTube only. They said, fuck you. You get to get blamed anyway. So
yes, but you just said you ended the videos because you got bored of making that content. What I'm saying is that...
No, literally, you're talking about 9 or however many years ago. It was a long time ago. So I discontinued for whatever reason.
I know, but you just said you're bored, but what I'm trying to say is that what people are upset about is you not taking accountability. I'm just trying to give you an example of something you could have taken accountability for that's not even villainizing. No, you're blaming the children.
I'm blaming liars for lying.
But
I'm saying I discontinued it for whatever reason, but obviously they're not continued because obviously they don't have any benefit. You got to understand that even like my ex-girlfriend was in the video, like commenting on the videos, and like nobody saw anything wrong with them because nobody had quite understood at that point how dishonest my viewers were. Everyone was supportive. And then the veil was lifted. Oh, hey, you have a bunch of lying frauds watching you. It's like, oh shit, let's get out of here. We're outie.
Okay, I don't think you're getting my point.
You're blaming me for believing.
No, I'm not
liars'
blaming you for
lies.
anything. No.
And you
Like,
also
I
have to
understand.
understand,
Like,
I didn't start the topics. These people started the topics. My policy was I'm going to make the content that my audience demands. My audience demanded content. I made the content they demanded. I didn't say, hey, oh gosh, I'd sure love to tell you if you're a 9 or a 6. No, I straight up said, here's the forum. Start the topics that you want. And everybody's like, oh, I want you to tell me if I'm fat or not. And I said, okay, I'll tell you if you're fat or not. Because literally there was like 50 or 60 pages of people just saying, hey, I want to know if I'm fat. I'm like, okay, it's appropriate for YouTube. There's nothing wrong here. So, okay, I'll tell you if you're fat or not.
Okay. I'm just going to bring this up as an example for myself. So I don't have a large following on here. I have like 60K, whatever. And, I've gotten asked to make certain kinds of content, whatever.
But oh my God, it's 2024. You can't compare 2024 to 2012.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying in general, like, people have asked me to make certain content, but at the end of the day, I'm responsible for the content that I put out.
Yeah, in 2024 you are. In 2012, it was like everyone's having fun and joking around. Like nobody's freaking the fuck out like they are now.
I'm not
like,
talking about
dude, Shane Dawson was making like blackface videos back then. People were chill back then. Now people are very
was like
intense.
super popular.
Yes, and that's my point. People used to celebrate the horrors of Shane Dawson's humor back then. He was egged on, okay? Now it's atrocious, right? Times were one way back then and they're another way now. Why are we even talking about something that's so ancient history? That's what's confusing. It's like I've made my point. I repeatedly said, I said 18 plus, I said appropriate content for YouTube only. I literally saw nothing wrong with it. YouTube saw nothing wrong with it for the longest time until, people were fucking losing shit because of Blair White's video. And so, in an article or something like that, but like an article saying, oh, hey, look at this. Isn't this bad? Like Blair White she literally came across a post that someone said, hey, I'm 17. Here's my selfie. And she didn't show the selfie to anybody. And it was of a fully dressed person with a hoodie like mine on. Totally appropriate. But Blair White turns to her audience and says, I can't show you the image for obvious reasons. Like it was something inappropriate. Like the amount of reward that Google AdSense gives people for framing other people is mind-boggling. Like for just like lying. People get so much reward for completely and utterly gaslighting or otherwise making people a villain. And it's absurd because literally, guys, let me ask you the real question. What is the fucking possible benefit of being a creep? Really? You see how much grief creeps or alleged creeps or any type of creep gets? Who would sign up for that? That's crazy. That's like, and especially in broad daylight, you got to be nuts. So like when people are like, you, it's like literally pull up Google right now and type in predator or whatever. You're going to find legitimate, authentic, real, horrifying cases. And you want me to apologize for fucking jokes and shit. So
I wasn't asking you to apologize, but I'm literally just trying to show you where you can take accountability, and you're refusing to see that, and you're seeing what I'm saying as an attack. Where I've not called you a pedophile.
No, I did take accountability. I said if there was any inappropriate content or any inappropriate comment that was made towards anyone who wasn't an adult, that's horrifying. That's disgusting to me. That's accountability. That's the definition of accountability.
The last girl who was on, or the guy who was on here, Bug, they're just saying how you said that about their 15-year-old friend about the tongue thing, and
that's what I said. I said if that was real, that's disgusting.
There's a very high possibility that it's real.
That's why I said if it's real, it's disgusting.
And if you're portraying yourself as 18, it's harder to know, and you're just like going off the situation, assuming that they're an adult.
Yeah, they're saying there was a high school uniform. Literally, okay, first of all, people in high school, many 18-year-olds, okay? There's many adults in high school. Secondly, I wasn't sitting here analyzing, like if there's a tongue photo, I'm not sitting there going, what outfit are they wearing? That's not a concern. I'm looking at the tongue. Like, I'm defending something I don't even know is real. I'm like sitting here going, what the fuck? But if it is real, it's obviously disgusting because I don't like. Okay, I'll give you an example. My uncle once whistled at someone, and it turned out it was his family member, and he didn't know because he was looking at him from behind. That's the type of disgust that I would feel. Okay,
You get mortified. That's it.
yeah, you don't fucking like that. That's disgusting. You don't like literally this one person. I was at a YouTube event and this chick said, "Oh, I'm 15." I literally just stopped looking at her entirely because it's so fucking disgusting to even think about that. Like I'm like, up, stay the fuck away from me, you 15-year-old. It's gross.
I mean,
That's how I operate. And it's like
I'm glad that you think that way, but if you knew that your audience were deceiving you in that way, then why did you continue making the content for as long as you did?
you have to
hope
ask
they're
yourself,
not.
when did I if you watch the thing with Blair White, the interview, I'm very clearly unaware of anyone lying at all. I'm stating I was literally had an argument with her about how I didn't lie when I signed up to YouTube about my age, so why would anyone else? And she's like, her being a liar is like, yeah, people lie all the time. Honest people don't typically assume that everyone else is lying. Liars assume people are lying. Honest people who have been lied to enough might assume that they're lying, but not right out the gate.
I'm sorry, but like back then,
If you're not going to listen to anything I say, then don't listen. Like, you're obviously not. I'm not getting anywhere with you. You want to believe what you want to believe, like every other fucker.
I don't necessarily have any.
I don't think I've ever convinced anyone of shit. Yeah, like literally, humans are so stubborn; they just want to believe what they believe.
Okay.
Like I could literally put my head on the chopping block and say, "Chop off my head," and people will say, "Why aren't you taking accountability?" I'm like, what the fuck do you want from me? I literally said it's disgusting. If that's real.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Like the objectiveness of how funny it is or how disgusting it is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is taking accountability for it regardless of what you thought at the time. And I mean, honestly, like as a middle schooler watching your content,
I'm curious about what you want to hear, like word for word, what a script would sound like.
What do you want me to say?
I'm not waiting for you to say anything. I'm just trying to say, like,
you're telling me to take accountability and you don't even know what that sounds like?
I know what accountability sounds like, and to me,
so
in
what
this
am I supposed to
situation,
say? What am I supposed to say to you?
It would be like, in hindsight, you look back and you notice that your audience was a certain way and that these people could slip through the cracks. And even though you set up restrictions, whatever, you wanted to believe that they're 18. And it didn't work. That's all you have to say. It's like, you should have
I already said that, though, in so many ways. I already said that.
I don't think you have.
Obviously, people had lied. It wasn't working out how it was intended. People weren't being straightforward. And obviously, that was a mistake, because if people aren't going to be honest with you, you can't talk to them. Hence why so many people are removed from my life, because they are frauds. Hence why they were rejected by me, because they are frauds. That's what happens to people when they're frauds to you. You reject them. You remove them from your life. Hence why they're going on being frauds elsewhere. You know, when I detect a fraud, I typically try to get them as far away from me as possible. So yeah, the videos haven't been made for many, many years because it was maybe one of the many reasons, because of frauds. And I don't know, like I literally just said basically what you were talking about, taking accountability for the realization that people are liars and that it shouldn't be continued if they're going to lie to you.
Because that's not taking accountability, villainizing the other part. I'm not
villainizing.
I'm saying villainizing the other. Because they're
I'm just
kids.
saying liars are
like,
liars.
Yes, I know, but when I take accountability for whatever the fuck, like if I said some shitty ass thing back in the past, like I admit, I thought that is like.
Okay, let me put it this way. It was a mistake to trust people were being truthful.
See, that's the thing. Like, that's not the mistake that was made, because it happens all the time. That's just an accident.
Wrong. There's nothing wrong with adults submitting appropriate content that's appropriate for all ages. The only mistake was
there is nothing wrong with
not understanding that people were lying to me as much as they were, if they were.
See, that's the accident. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't a choice to believe these people. Like, that is something that you can't really take accountability for because it wasn't a choice.
What?
Okay, if you look back at all these videos and all the humor, whatever, regardless of whether it's funny, like taking accountability for all the shit that went on back then. It's not about accidentally believing the liars. That's not a choice that you made, so that is not something that you can take accountability for. What you
Okay.
can take accountability
I
for,
believed in people. I assumed they were telling the truth.
but that's not something you can take accountability for because it wasn't a choice. You didn't choose to believe these people, you just did.
It was a
So
mistake
then-
to believe people.
Yeah, but that's not
Yeah.
that's not something you can take accountability for, is
So
what I'm
am I
saying.
apologizing
So
for?
just creating the content in general, even after knowing that there is underage people
No, I
submitting.
didn't know.
So for offering
I
a
didn't-
platform, he needs to
No,
apologize.
I didn't. No, I didn't know that there was any inappropriate content involving anyone who wasn't appropriate to have said content of. Like I literally repeatedly said, adults only, appropriate content only. There was videos that were like guess my age, and I
So
wouldn't
you
be
had
shocked
no
if
idea that
And
there's
as I recall, I was guessing all kinds of ages because it's just guessing people's ages. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's other videos which are like rape me, which obviously you have to be 18 plus. So
yeah,
like,
but I'm saying you didn't realize at all that there was like teenagers slipping through the cracks,
not in the rape me videos.
but on the other ones.
Well, if you're doing guess my age, really early on, there were sections that people could, as I recall, there were sections that people could say, like, hey, guess my age. And then they would say their age underneath. And I think that there was people of a variety of ages wanting me to guess their age. So it's literally like the Shay Carl family photo. Like it's like if Shay Carl's kid said, hey, audience, because, you know, they're on YouTube too. Say, hey, audience, how old am I? And this was ancient history before the rating videos or anything like that, before any of the 18 plus rules, etc. I think I don't know for sure, but I do know that the 18 plus was stressed repeatedly in regards to any fat or rating or anything like that.
Okay, I guess that's mainly what I was saying. It's like if you knew at the time that these underage people were
It was a
flipping-
mistake to tell people what I thought of their appearance, because I assumed I was speaking to people who were what they said they were, which was adults. Obviously, if someone's going to lie about their age, you shouldn't be commenting on their appearance. I didn't obviously know that people were lying about I wouldn't have done commentary on these things if they were if I knew they weren't the appropriate age. Obviously, because it's fucking gross. So I don't know what more you want from me, because I'm saying, like, this is accountability. This is saying, hey, there was mistakes made because content wasn't what I had indicated that was the interest. When people tell you there's something that they're not, and you believe them, it was your mistake for believing them and for going along with it. My audience lied to me, and I followed through with assuming that they're truthful when they weren't. What do you want?
I don't have a specific narrative that I'm trying to go after. That was just something that I was trying to clear up.
I think what your point is those videos were fucking inappropriate because of the nature of people.
I mean, I guess, but I'm not going after any.
Yeah, you're not trying to blame them, right?
No,
You're saying,
I'm not.
I think what you're saying is that I should have known better. I should have known that people would lie.
I guess in a way, but that's easy to say in hindsight. I'm just saying.
Well, you literally said hindsight as far as your verbiage for taking accountability. You said in hindsight is how you started it.
Yeah, because hindsight really does matter when it's in account of accountability, you know. But I'm just saying, as a child back then, when I was watching those videos, I could clearly tell when people were underage. Obviously, not for every picture, but I feel
okay.
like
So that's the thing. Let's jump to this flat-chested comment. I said there was a video I made where I was like, I was trying to tell people who, there's people who are like, I have an ex-girlfriend who's flat-chested to this day, and she's in her late 20s, I think, mid-20s or something. I don't know, but she's still flat-chested. Okay, so flat-chested people are real. They exist. They're adults. And I was trying to make a video that was saying, hey guys, don't judge yourself based on your chest size. If you're healthy, you should be happy with yourself, right? And people translated a lot of that, like even Blair White, she's like, are you attracted to people who, a big, small chest, whatever? And I'm like, if you're a grown woman, you're perfectly fine to me. And she's like, so you're into flat-chested people? And then Blair White started shaming people who, you know, could be in their 20s and still flat-chested. And then people tried to turn that into, oh, he's into people who are flat-chested, therefore he's a creep. And it's like, so you're saying that anyone who's attracted to an adult who's flat-chested is now a creep. And so like that's the kind of like narrative twisting that's consistent with people who want to stand against me. They're just very stuck on this idea that any inch of argument they can have should turn into a mile. And it's wild because it's like you're body shaming so many adults by saying people with flat chests are somehow like, if you're attracted to a 30-year-old woman who's flat chested, you're somehow predatory. That's bizarre. And
I mean,
that's like,
there's a lot of people that are doing that, but I personally am not. I'm trying to just take it little by little, like topic by topic, you know?
I was just using that as an example of one of the things people have attacked me for, to try and to make things fit their pre-existing narrative.
But what's the point in bringing that up other than going off topic?
No, I was just, oh my God.
Conversational.
No, it's really actually on topic because it's talking about how you said that, oh, people were obviously not one age or another, but you would be surprised because there's plenty of people who are flat-chested out there who are in their 30s. So you would
I know, I'm flat as fuck, but like, there's
there
just...
you go. Literally, you just supported my point.
Well, that point, yes. I do understand your point there.
Well, you gotta understand, people's faces weren't in a lot of these, so it's like you can't like. Typically, the facial features are what give a person away, and if you don't have facial features in it, and they're saying that they're an adult, it is what it is. Can we move on to another topic? This is like bored to death.
You'd like to? It's your life.
It's my life.
No, you're live.
Okay. Anyway, did you have anything else?
I guess not. I really was just trying to be like butting in sometimes, but I didn't really mean to have, you know, be the forefront of this conversation.
I think it's kind of crazy how like if you come in here and you say horrible things, you get a lot of like emojis and reactions. It's such a mob mentality. Like if you don't say something hateful, if you don't say something hateful about him, then you're not cool. Let's all join in on the gang baiting.
Well, isn't that part of the whole thing that like this sounds mean? I wanted to come in first. I just want to say I hope your children are doing great. I heard about your daughter earlier. I hope she's doing a lot better today and everything like that. But don't you get a lot of engagement now through just the rage, just people being angry about you existing?
I'm not monetized. I haven't made a dime on. I haven't made a dime on TikTok as far as I know. I might have. I haven't checked today, but I haven't made a dime on TikTok so far. And like a long time ago, I had a video that got like 3 million views or something on TikTok, and I made like $14.
That's it. So you really remind me of like 4chan, the original shit posters, and just like kind of keeping that alive. I don't know. I'm just curious about how that works, or if you do still kind of do that kind of stuff at all.
Do what kind of stuff?
Just kind of trolling, more or less. I don't have a better word for it. Just
you're asking if I troll who?
Life, just everywhere, situations, just existing and being a weirdo, I guess.
I don't think so.
No, that's good. I mean, it's not good. It's just I'm just being nosy. And then one last thing before I hop off. Really throwback. Do you remember Tosh.0? And if you do, any kind of like memories or recaps or thoughts or anything about being involved with Tosh.0?
So they offered me $600 for the banana feature. They wanted to feature it in Tosh.0, and I said, sure, you can, for $600, sure. And then they asked me to send them another green screen clip of me saying knife or banana, so I sent them that too. It was very unexciting.
No, I get it. Do you think that caused you to stay in the internet sphere longer, or do you think like it didn't matter? You were still going to get banned.
I got phone calls from people being like, oh my God, I saw your video. So I saw someone say gifts earn money. Yeah, I know. I haven't checked my thing, but as of before I started a stream, I hadn't earned a dime. So Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, wait, 2.2 thousand people, huh? Did you have anything else you wanted to ask?
Nope. I'm probably just going to be the most boring person. I will go ahead, dip out, so you can
You do you. You can stay or go. It's up to you.
Hey, it works.
Hello.
You weren't here already, right?
No, I was not.
Are you here to just attack me?
No, but I did have just a general question. So I'm looking at, like, I have YouTube open. I found an account that says, like, Onision rating his fans, and I'm just looking at the videos in general. I just had a really quick question of, like, and yes, I understand that morals are completely subjective to the person. But
so you are here to attack me. I mean, it feels like a setup.
Well, what I'm saying is like, what I just want to know your thought process as to like what made you think that like it was okay to, you know, like just make those videos.
Watch the Blair White videos. We go in. It's my memories are like my references to those videos. Like Blair White specifically says that she doesn't think I'm predatory or anything like that. Like she specifically said it at the end.
Well, right, and I'm not saying that either. I just had the question of like
okay, so what's so important is that we identify people who are predatory and who are a threat, and that we make sure that they can't hurt anyone. What's not the issue is somebody who knows that people are misunderstanding an entire series of videos or whatever that are discontinued for many, many years. Like I don't see the point in beating that to death because there's no predatory person here. So like a person who is predatory, they'd be hiding in a hole right now, assuming they're not like traumatized from being framed or something, because that's a variable. But like assuming that they're not traumatized from some framing and that there's actually valid claims or something like that, they'd be hiding in a hole, right? They're not going to be on here addressing people on a live stream or whatever.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like now I'm giving you basically the chance to like address this now as to like I understand that you don't remember like every single premise of every single video. That's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is just, you know, like the thick versus fat versus curvy, body image and self-esteem. Am I pretty? Like, you know, stuff like that.
Those were
I'm just
video
curious.
titles that the fans came up with. You understand that, right?
Well, yeah, but you still produced them.
Based on their demand. Like I was giving my audience what they wanted because they were so insistent about it. I was an idiot who thought, oh, whatever's the most popular topic, I'm going to do. And I'm not going to think much about it because that's popular. It's going to do well on YouTube. There's no policy violations. There's no forum rule violations. I'm going to make it. I didn't think that deep into it. I didn't think, oh my God, is this somehow bad? Because I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel perverted or gross or anything like that. I looked at these people and I moved on. I wasn't like reaching out to them going, hi, how you doing? None of that. It was just like,
I understand, and I understand that like times change, and I understand that like, you know, like it's not something that you looked down upon when you were in the moment, and maybe not even now. I'm not saying that you like, you know,
I would have to have a predatory mind to assume the things that people assume of me. They would have to have their mind in the gutter to think that way. Think of somebody who doesn't have their mind in the gutter and approaching this and approaching it the way they did. Oh, people want me to tell them their opinion. That's as far as it goes. People are asking my opinion. I'll give them my opinion. I've been giving opinions for years on other images. These people are coming to me asking for my opinion. So I give them my opinion. It's not like oh boy, I'm going to in broad daylight be a total creep.
No,
Nobody
I
does
understand that. And I'm not here to attack you and say that that's exactly what you're doing by any means.
And I'm not saying that you're attacking me either. I'm just saying this was the whole belief system behind the entire thing is give my fans what they want. And then I did, and then they attacked me for it. What, 8 years later, 5 years later?
It's just
because
of the
well, I
fact
guess
that,
fuck
like,
me for listening to you guys.
I mean, it's just because of the fact that, like, you know, obviously in hindsight now we understand that that kind of content is not looked very up upon. And I'm not saying that that is a you problem per se, but because you were the one who uploaded, obviously you're going to one that gets